now we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to. Let me make sure my mic is unmuted. The continuation of the 21st expedition of the 5e campaign, the Forsaken Folks. Quick synopsis of the campaign. Medieval times. Everybody was good. They had just finished winning a war against a necromancer king, and then somebody decided to nuke the world with undead. Who did it? Who knows? Why did it happen? But these guys are come from a group of survivors of the apocalypse, and they're having to sort of reestablish themselves in a world that is really not kind to living things. At least not all living things. If you mutate yourself a little bit, it's pretty nice. But yeah, this is a 5e campaign, 21st expedition. They are heading south to see what is left of the marshlands that were there before the apocalypse. Who the hell knows what's there now? Speaking of which, the spearhead of this expedition south, Mr. Emery, give us a short introduction to your PC and then motivation for leaving the safety of the vault today.
Emmerich used to be a dwarf, now he's an Earth Genasi. He's the druid of the Star Circle, also recently changed, same reason.
Mm-hmm.
He got high on some mushrooms and encountered a magical dragon that showed him druids being pretty neat. And his motivation to go out is to find some mud to get a seedling growing. Because he at the moment thinks that's maybe the only option we can have for a sustainable food source, or I don't know, good air to have the vault not die off too quick.
Yeah. Um, as I mentioned before when you guys left last time, there's a pretty decent amount of people who are starting to get really sick, and then people who have actually sort of turned inside of the the vault itself. So, you know, kind of got to get a haste on that. Finding out how the hell you're going to combat the miasma itself. But thanks for
Hmm.
joining us, Mr. Emery. Hopefully today you guys can complete your mission of finding enough of the soil to bring back with you guys to start like your own little, I guess, maybe like crops where you can grow this seedling into something that's useful. Next up on the list is our party paladin, Mr. Jacob. Give us a short introduction to your PC and then motivation for leaving the vault.
Jacob is a human paladin warlock, hexblade. Um, he's basically from around the area near the vault, so he basically just ran into it when he was young to get away, and was raised inside. Um, his reason for going out this time was that he's basically just a replacement for somebody who had confliction,
Mm-hmm.
and then so he decided to step in because he's always okay with punishing the wicked.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, dude. Uh, much like the paladins of the pre-apocalypse, Jacob is here to be sort of like a undead Judge Dredd. Um, you haven't seen it yet, Jacob, because they technically went out around the same time as you did. Um, but a previous expedition came back with a magical glaive that seems to have, in particular, strong effects against the undead. That might interest you.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Somebody said that when they picked up the spear, they heard the cackling of a older woman, so that might be interesting to you as well. But yeah, thanks, Jacob. Maybe you can speak to that player and see what they're willing to trade or what you're willing to trade to get that item. Next up on the list, speaking of items, is going to be Gauntlet Boy, or I guess Doctor Doom. Canis, give us a short introduction to your PC and your motivation for leaving the vault today. I'm noticing a trend. We have one level 5 and three level 4s. I feel. Oh no, you're 5 right now, right, Canis?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so two fives, two fours. Yeah, go ahead and give us a short introduction to your PC. Who can do really cool shit now?
Okay, he's basically an astral elf, Doctor Doom, who has like a gym dragon sugar mom. Who's basically like using him like a remote viewing into this like fucked up world 'cause she's bored. So she's like, "Hey, I'll throw you a dragon bone. Just
Oh my.
don't die too early." Or the reality TV show would kind of suck if that happened. So
True.
it's basically like Fallout Big Brother for her. So he's kind of just you know trying not to be Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, Canis, what made you want to go on this expedition? This is a particularly new area that you guys are traveling in. Um, Especially to the south, you know that there were marshlands there before, but you really don't know what's there at the moment. Yeah. What sort of prompted the trip?
Well, partly because he knew Saphir, so he was like, okay, well he's not gonna like gank me or something. He was worried about Emmerich because he knew him and he looks different now. So he's like, oh, he might just be mutated by the fog. It might be like evil now, so he's to check him out. And, yeah. Other than that, he just kind of like, okay, well, any chance of actually progressing now that the vault is like imploding is kind of a big deal. So
Yeah, I think it's really important that you guys out here, and Jasmine and Maxwell would put emphasis on it as well. That you know, as much research as they can do on the inside of the vault, it's pretty important to take the knowledge that you have about the seedling itself and use it to actually make it turn into something. You can't really do much of that inside of the vault, so as dangerous as it is, this expedition is very necessary. And who knows?
I mean,
Hmm.
worst case, we get like an air filter at the entrance of that's a tree, basically.
Yeah, well, probably. I don't know how much that's going to help, considering that it's not necessarily like an air thing. It's more of a. Have you heard of there's a manga called The Wandering Classroom?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's more of a dimension thing than it is an air thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So filters won't help that much.
Nice.
Yeah. So you gotta learn to live with it, buddy.
Breathing is not the issue, but just being.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The being is the hard part. The breathing is like the being is like oh yeah. Kind of like I think I mentioned it before, but a picture like the Shadowfell, right? It's not breathing that's the problem. It's that you're on a plane of existence that's very much like kind to one kind of existence and not kind to another, pretty much.
Well, worst case, we might have to knock on the guy upstairs on the way back at that tower. Because if it's that bad, it's like, okay, well,
But yeah,
wake up,
thanks.
nerd.
Yeah. Oh, well, they're awake up there. They don't sleep. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Candace. If you guys knock on the upstairs, this session will be a lot longer than I expected it to be. So, if you do that, I'm totally fine with it. Just know I have stat blocks. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Candace. Hopefully today you will fuck around and find out. Last but not least, speaking of fucking around and find out, is our little rascally rabbit, Saphir. Give us a short introduction to your PC and their motivation for leaving the vault today, and how many undead mutated griffins are you gonna fight on your way back?
As many as I need.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Saphir, a Haragon fighter. His motivation for leaving the vault is to kill things. I recently got 2 magic spears that I'm now dual wielding. So yeah, I just want to see how those do in combat.
Yeah, you and Emmerich worked together to fuck my encounter last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
And up yours, Emmerich. I forgot to make you roll for your fog spellcasting check.
Oh, I have to do those?
Yeah, whenever if you're a spellcaster and you fail your fog con check at the beginning of the expedition, Every time you cast a spell, you have to roll a spellcasting modifier. Jay.
Oh, I thought that was only when you go down. Okay,
No.
gotcha.
No, I could have
I'll
nuked
remind
you.
you.
I could have nuked
I'll
you.
remind you, don't worry.
Thanks.
I cast a spell too, so.
Wait, you failed this one. Ah! 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 Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'll take it out of my cat. Come here, you fuck. No, he is actually coming here. Give me those jowls. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, you guys can't see him. He's off screen, but he's totally real. I'm not schizo. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Sophia. Hopefully today you'll be able to kill a whole bunch of shit.
Yep.
And use both of your spears, because I think you used the abilities of one but not the other last time. You remember what your fire spear does?
Yeah, I cast Burning Hands.
Hell yeah, dude! You could literally use them in tandem. You know that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, what he's gonna do? He's gonna use it with my web spell. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Well, what I was about to say is, if enemy is restrained, I believe they get disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, which makes Burning Hands way more effective. So
Yeah.
he's like a little DPS machine now. Fucking post-apocalypse Bugs Bunny over here. But where we fading on you guys is after that combat, you all are taking a breather, catching your breath, and looking over the rotted corpses of these heavily mutated creatures. They look very strange. They have mammalian faces with like horns on their faces, large horns, some broken off, some not. Weird eagle-like bodies with talons. It's a very strange sight. But they're dead now. What would you guys like to do? It's evening time, so the light levels are pretty low. Your travel for today is pretty much at its end.
They should all be like burnt corpses by now.
Oh yeah. You firebolted them all, so they're gone.
It should be but you said they were pretty big, so I'm assuming we shuffle them off to one side, or so you don't literally like smoke us out, literally.
Oh yeah, they're chunkers.
All right. Now we avoided crossing the boundary line on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, we wandered west instead of south to
Mhm.
go around. Did we make out what kind of symbols they were? Like, could we make it out if they're goblin, kobolds, I don't know,
Yeah, you mentioned they were prey animals, but that was about it. You said.
Mhm. Yeah, you guys found some strange mutated prey animals, like six-legged skunks that are pale, slightly blue, with like glassy, milky eyes that were like crucified, as well as some totems.
but we have no inclination who put them there. Like, we probably think the goblins, but...
I was gonna say, give me a history check.
Oh, fuck. I swear, why do I dump intelligence?
I don't know why cats like sitting on laptops. Get off that laptop. You're gonna die.
I don't think I have advantage, right?
Does
God
anybody have a history proficiency?
Let me see. I have half proficiency.
That will not count for this.
Okay.
Jacob,
Nope.
hold on, guys. Oh
Can I-
god, my allergies.
Oh, I have a history proficiency. I have a
that works.
+4.
Oh yeah, that works.
Wait, what'd you say, Sophia?
I have a history proficiency of a +4.
Mm-hmm. Emmerich, you look at these symbols, and you are literally getting ready to start tasting the dead
Mhm,
three-legged skunks, and Sophia says, "Stop that! Can't you tell that's like goblin shit?" And you're like, "Oh yeah."
Okay. I push up my glasses.
Yes, and this seems to be the trappings of goblins, in particular ones that are
If you look here,
violent.
this is obviously goblin shit.
He like pushes invisible glasses up. And like, okay.
Yeah, this is the post-apocalypse, right? Nobody can afford glasses out here. You fuck.
Now,
My bifocals.
now, can Sophia tell if it's like which group of goblins? Like it's like the short guys, the big guys, the
In
magic guys.
particular, these would be goblins that you know would be warring isn't the right word as much as you would say melee combatants.
Mm.
Very nomadic, very barbaric would be a good word for it. Just with the wounds on these bodies. I mean, the three-legged skunks that are have their guts ripped open, their entrails are like hanging down the crucifix. You imagine that wouldn't be something that spellcasters would do. If they were spellcasters, they would probably, I don't know, turn them pink or something like that. This
Oh
seems
yeah,
to be
or feed to like the Shambling Mounds, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And then those totems inscribed on them are. Does anybody speak Infernal?
Let me see. Now let's speak Abyssal, but not Infernal though.
I think celestial, not.
I have this cool thing. I can listen to humanoids for an hour and then understand if they're hungry and shit.
Unfortunately, the totems don't speak. But, yes, they have little infernal inscribings on them. What they say, who knows? But you imagine it's probably, since they're along with the crucified squirrels, it's probably something about violence. Yeah, and as you guys make your camp for the night, I think we already chose our watch order, right? We have.
Yeah, I think so.
Watch order is going to be Sophia first, Jacob
Yep.
second, Canis third, and Emmerich fourth. So let me bring you guys up.
And yeah, every time right before I go back to sleep, I'm gonna be casting Aid.
Yeah, because you're going third, specifically. So you
Yeah,
get A for the first.
Yeah, cause I just had a trance.
Yes. Let me see. Trying to figure out what map I want to put you guys on. Yeah, this is good, I guess. Does anybody have a tent?
I do.
Alrighty, so that works for this map. Here's a question: are you guys going to set up a campfire, considering that you are literally a handful of miles away from the Goblinoid territory?
I'm guessing not, because all of us can see, and this affair has like a fire stick, literally.
Yeah,
So
does my flame sphere emit any light?
No.
I
Alright.
could literally close the tent and I could cast light on his staff.
Yeah, it doesn't emit any light. It's not like a light staff. It's like if you poke things, you can burn them staff. So like if you stab something, you can create light, or if you like at will, like sort of like cause it to emit, like it's fire damage, it causes light, but it doesn't permanently create light, if that makes any sense.
You know what I'm saying? I can just like cast light on like a pebble or something, and it'll just be chilling.
Sure. I think light is it the same thing as a torch? So it's like 20/20?
I believe so. And then like, let me see 1 second.
Quick question though. If you cast light on the pebble, isn't that just going to be the same thing as a campfire?
Well, no, he can cover it up at will, and then like we can dim it with certain like covering up slightly and stuff like that. Like if he's asleep, he can just like cover it up. As soon as he hears anything, he pulls whatever was covering it off, and now light is back. Type thing.
This sounds kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
Well,
Like-
campfires
like-
also produce smoke.
Also, it's quiet. It's not crackling and popping like fire,
That's true.
and there's no
light
smoke
lasts
either.
an hour though, right? You have to renew it,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but it's a cantrip.
Yeah, but you will be sleeping at one point.
Oh, yeah. It depends on when we get attacked.
Can you guys see the lonely Saphir?
Mm-hmm.
Look at him. He's an incel. Look at this guy. No,
Now-
maybe.
now- Now I'm
He's
guessing
just-
we
he's
would
not
probably.
an incel. He's chosen this.
Nah, I feel like what we would do is
Lifestyle, lifestyle.
knowing what Saphir has like with the fire stick, we would probably have wood in the middle there that he could light in like, oh hey, it's go time.
Okay, that's fine. I want you guys to go ahead and place your tokens where they would be when they're taking a rest, and I will find out which watch you guys are going to be named on.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
Just stop rolling. Every time you say no.
No! Not like this. They're too young. Don't take them. It is what it is. Who's on the first one? Oh no. Poor little metal bunny. They're gonna eat you. Okay.
I'm gonna eat them.
Alrighty. We have some armored folk in this party, don't we?
Oh, you had some.
Yeah,
you had
I'm
some
wearing armor.
fucked up rules. Yeah.
The way that armor works in this campaign specifically is if you wear light armor, so that's studded leather, I think hide isn't considered light, but any studded leather, those sorts of armors, you can sleep in them no problem. If you wear medium armor, so that is scale mail, split mail, a chain shirt, etc., you have to make a con save. It's a pretty easy con save, or you will not be able to take a long rest, and you will gain 11 of exhaustion from trying to sleep in your medium armor. If you're wearing heavy armor, you have to make that con save at disadvantage. Um, Same effects. You fail your long rest, and you gain 11 of exhaustion. So I would like to ask the party who. Mhm.
What is the con save? That easy one.
Yeah, I won't tell you. You know,
Not crazy.
but it's easy. Sleeping in armor isn't the hardest thing to do in the world, but if you're sleeping in armor that is literally built to keep things from stabbing you, it's going to be a little bit harder than sleeping in armor.
Yeah, just the downside is massive.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
exhaustion and no long rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stripping.
So Imre is taking
I
off.
put on my studded leather instead.
Oh, yeah, it's always good to bring some leather nighties. You know, in case
yeah.
of a situation like this. Who's that guy? Oh, Canis. I know you wear plate mail. What are you doing?
No, but you're being funny, but I have literal dragon skin. I could walk around here shirtless and have 17 AC.
Nudists are not allowed in this campaign, Canis. If you do so, the fog will eat you.
Yeah,
No,
we
he
need
just-
to put on leather and whip us
he-
each other.
No, he just wears his like Doctor Doom onesie like Doctor Doom does.
Dr. Doom once.
But really, it's just a robe. There's no underparts. It's just a robe.
Nice. You know, I wish I could get that image out of my head now, but I can't. Thanks. She cursed me.
You're welcome.
Saphir, you are on watch at this moment, so you don't have to worry about
Yeah,
this.
when it's not my watch, I'll take off my armor.
Jacob, you
No,
are...
I would take it off.
Yeah. Do you have any extra studded leathers?
I do not.
Ooh. Does anybody have any extra studded leathers for Jacob?
I do. I have cast off studded leather too, so he can like do it. Like it should be easy to put on if it's easy to take off, right?
I mean, if it's studded leathers, he can just sleep in it. He doesn't have to take it on.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, he can use my studded leather till we're done.
I think studded leather takes a minute, maybe 5.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's better to just put it on and sleep in it than it is to take it off.
You know what? In fact, just add studded leather to your equipment. You can have it.
Mm.
I don't need it.
The cool
That's
thing
cool.
is you can also use the studs to impale yourself on the side of the tent so you can sleep standing up so you'll be ready for any combat. It's pretty good.
That's super extra.
Yeah, you can make it extra creepy to sleep with your eyes open. So it's like, is Jacob okay? No, he's not okay. It's like Jeepers Creepers. Oh, wait, am I old? Do any of you guys remember Jeepers Creepers?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, it's a horror movie.
Please don't bring it up anymore.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, it ruined that song for me.
Didn't
mhm.
didn't the thing run over a car in that movie? Or
And it
was
didn't-
this the second movie? I'm not sure.
I just remember the one where they're on the bus, and he rips the roof open, and it like goes and grabs the guy, and it like beheads him. That was rough. But my childhood traumas aside, you guys are taking your long rest. Everybody is asleep except for Saphir. Surprisingly enough. Saphir, give me a perception check.
Sure thing. All right. 11.
You good, Saphir?
Yeah,
You sure?
100%.
It's hard to say. Saphir, what would you be doing at this time?
I'd be keeping watch.
Saphir, do you go through like a ritual where you like sacrifice small animals for your master's deity? What happens during Saphir's night watch? Do you literally just sit there and stare off in the dark like you're some sort of bizarro Batman?
Exactly. I am vengeance.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna knock your struggle. I'm just gonna punish you for it. You rolled an 11, huh, Saphir?
True.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this the best way.
I feel like we've been here before.
Yeah, this feels familiar. I'm trying to. Is there a really cool like armored skeleton token I can use? Hold on. I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah. You guys just sometimes you get unlucky, you know. Sometimes you lose games, as they say in the League world. Alrighty.
Degenerates.
Yes.
Mm.
Saphir, what is your armor class?
17.
Are you sure?
Yep.
It was an 18?
No, because I don't have a shield anymore.
Oh, okay.
I got you. Okay. Just asking, not for any reasons in particular. Just just looking at stuff, you know. All right, Saphir, you are staring into the flames, or the light, of this.
The light pebble.
Yeah, of this light pebble, and it starts to burn like the sun after a little while. And you don't see anything, but you feel something. In particular, impalement. Give me a second. This is that. There we go. Okay. Which one of you guys? Oh, I think probably you. I think you're gonna go in on Saphir. I think so. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah. Okay. Saphir, give me a con save.
Sure thing.
I think if you pass one. Oh no, you're not immune to anything. Oh shit. They're gonna paralyze gangbang. Saphir, this is what you see. Sprinting out of the darkness is a well-hidden zombie. But this zombie is much unlike a lot of them you have come across so far. This is, in fact, a hobgoblin zombie, and not like the hobgoblins that you've been fighting so far, which are like bizarro goblins. This is like a true hobgoblin, about 5 feet in height, red skin, but at this point it's been mottled and rotted to hell. Sprints out of the darkness, armor scraps hanging off his body as he impales you.
For reference, we should know Jerry and his boys have been moving around.
D20 plus 5. This would be an added advantage because you're surprised. Yeah, so he crits you.
Pog.
This is going to be 46 plus 3. Okay. Saphir, you are going to take 15 points of slashing damage as this creature races out quickly, like at the blink of an eye. It stabs you with its claws. It makes no other sounds, Give me a DC 10 Constitution saving throw as this creature's smell almost threatens to overwhelm you. You pass that fine.
Yep.
Normally, this would be the part where I would tell you to roll initiative. Unfortunately, it's more than one. Out of the darkness is going to come a second one. I don't think you can see that, but he's kind of. He looks like Joe Rogan. Runs out of the bushes.
I'm such a big fan.
Goes to impale you again.
I don't know. How do you feel about Mariana?
Ooh, that misses.
Both misses.
Yeah, that was just with advantage to get one attack. This one also comes out and attempts to dig its claws in you, but you're able to sort of like turn to the side just in time to avoid the worst of the damage.
It sneezed really loudly in your face and missed.
Yeah, how rude.
Sorry, guys. You know what, Saphir? I'm so sorry. This is really bad, right? This is like really bad because I would normally tell you to roll initiative. You know. Do you know what I mean? I would normally tell you to roll.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Keep going. Throw more.
You hear a oh, and
Saphir, have you heard of the alert feat? I think you will love it.
Nah, fuck that.
stepping from behind the tent is a what you, Saphir, probably have seen. You worked as a boy on the farm, so you would have seen bugbears. And this looks like a tried and true bugbear, but rotted to hell, almost as if he's been like mummified. But with the way he steps, every step that he takes, you can see almost like a little bit of like ethereal energy pulsating from like his exposed meat and bones, almost as if he's being kept up by some sort of otherworldly force as he gracefully walks forward. And he is going to give me a second. Ooh, does he get 2 attacks? Yes, he can. Okay. 2 attacks with a longsword coming your way. Severe.
Go for it.
2d26. So the first one is going to be a 25.
That'll hit.
1d8 plus. Plus 4. 5 points of slashing damage as he impales you with a rusted longsword. And he's going to do it once more. That one misses. That is a 15. I believe your AC is higher than that, correct?
Yep.
The
17.
second one misses. You notice after the second swing, he is off balance. Racing out of the darkness. Just enough to get within view. Or what look to you to be skinned goblins. Rotted, skinless, and putrefied. They get just enough to get within range of you. And then here is where I am going to ask you to roll into initiative.
All right.
And
May I have control of my token?
Yes, sorry. And we will see if you can get your wits about you fast enough to alert the party.
I mean, I heard the big guy swing and miss, and I'm assuming throw it on the ground, right?
You didn't hear anything. Let's go, Saphir. Here you go, buddy. You guys are still asleep.
Saphir is mute while he's being eaten.
So,
yes.
I have an important question.
I'm very still.
When it comes to the glove spirit shroud, is that an item interaction or a spell I have to wait and use?
It is a if you're using the spirit shroud, it's just like you're casting the spell, so it's a bonus action.
Okay.
Yep. So we got Saphir, we got Imbrig, we got Jacob. Waiting for Cadence to roll.
Oh, sorry.
You got that. And then I will roll. Let's do 3d20. First then. Ooh, holy moly, they rolled high. So you guys go at 20. You guys go at 21. And you go at 20. Okay. Two beans.
God, thank fuck I rolled so high.
Mm-hmm. I need you to get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm planning on jumping here.
That works. Cause I really don't really have to leave the tent, honestly, but I will.
So we have 2,
How many
3,
hops do I
2.
have? Okay, I have one more. Nice.
So 2 would be 20, 3 would be 21, and then 2 would be 21. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, you. I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen to you if you didn't roll a 22. It would have been. It would have been really bad. Alrighty, Saphir. You are the first up in the turn order. You have just been ambushed by what looks to be a platoon of undead, old school goblinoids. What do you do?
I'm going to use my bonus action to bunny hop disengage. I'm gonna move here.
Into the fire. Oh, I got
Well, that's a light pebble, so
you. Yeah.
nice try. And I'm going to cast Burning Hands
Oh, shit.
with my flame spear on these guys.
Alrighty. You jet the spear forward and you speak out a arcane word, something like Ignis, and gout of fire goes across those foes. I need to make 3 dexterity saving throws. So this
Yep.
is the one for
DC 14.
sword weight. He passes. And then I roll 2d20. These are the gas. So this is going to be +3 for both of them. So we have this top guy fails, and he is going to take 9. Plus 2, 16. 16. Alrighty. There we go. And then -9, and then the sword wraith is going to take half of that, so he takes 4. And then the bottom guy, so this is going to take 4 as well. You will notice that your flames are not as damaging as you probably hoped them to be.
That's okay.
Gesundheit.
I've cursed him. He's dying. I'm going to action surge,
Oh shit.
and
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
do that again.
Oh god. You can only how many? I think the spear only has once per day charges, right?
Nope, it has 2.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, choice per day. Oh shit. Okay, I gotta make that saving. Fine. Alrighty, here's for the boss passes, and then for the 2 muffs, pass fail. Alrighty.
9 again.
Yep. So the boss is gonna take 4. Top guy's gonna take 4. Bottom guy's gonna take 9 total. Yeah, I mean you're bursting them down. In 2 quick successions with your flaming spear, you doused them in flames, and you notice that, in particular,
Standing here.
the 2 ones closest to you are looking particularly melted, as if you've done close to 20 damage to them in 1 turn.
Very nice. I'm going to, with the rest of my movement, move right next to the tent.
Alright.
And this is where I will be.
Yes, this is where you die, Severe. Sword race. Big guy, he does not like that you flamed him. Is he immune to fire? No. He is undead, but he is not immune to fire. He is going to challenge you to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat! Come over here. Make some space for his boys. I think he might even take his stuff.
Wow.
He's gonna impale you. So. 2 attacks coming your way, Saphir. Let's just roll 2d20 plus 6. Miss hit. With the second one. It'll be it.
Alright, and I'm gonna use shield.
Ooh, that bumps your AC up to what?
It gives me +5. I'm at 17.
22. Yep. So
22.
that second attack misses, and you notice that he is off balance after that second swing. Alrighty, well done. The gas go. These 2 OG hobgoblin zombies go to surround you. impaling you with their claws. This is it, Saphir. This is the end for you. What comes to let's see what these guys get +5. Alrighty. And you already passed their stench, so you don't have to do that again. D20
Cool.
plus. So this is for the top guy. 24. That breaks through your shield and stabs you in the gut. And you are going to.
Yep.
Wait. Let me see. Am I awake at this point?
You are not.
I would have,
Alright.
as I was burning them, I would have said,
Okay.
I mean,
you
all
would be
the
awakened.
all the flamethrower wakes me up.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
would, I think since he went first, he would have had enough time to shout at you and say, "We're under attack." However, I don't think you can use silver bars because you cannot see him being impaled.
Fair. Alright.
2d6 plus 3. 9 points of slashing damage, and give me a con save. Do not roll under a 10, otherwise you'll be paralyzed. Ooh, that was pretty close. You take 9 points of slashing damage, but you are not paralyzed. The second one is going to follow up and do much of the same, but he misses, scraping across your arcane shield, unable to pierce its weave. And then that's it for those two guys. The ghouls go. Ugh, the skinless ones. This guy peers into the tent. Sees Canis. Come here, you fuck. Canis, you are currently prone, so he's gonna have advantage.
Wait, I wouldn't be asleep yet.
But you are prone.
Okay.
Wait, why wouldn't you be asleep?
I only have to trance.
Yeah, I mean, you're so prone when you're trans.
No, but you which watch with it? What's it? I thought he went first,
Yeah, this is first watch.
so I would have still been up. I would go to sleep for the 4 hours right when third watch begins.
I got you. Okay, sure. Yeah, so you would not be prone, but he's still going to try to hit you.
That's right.
This guy is 4. Alrighty. Let's see if he can paralyze you. D20 plus 4. 17.
Okay, that'd be just enough to hit. Let me see. In that case, is it stunned or paralyzed?
Paralyzed.
And Silver Barb is just a reroll, right?
Yes.
Let me see. Which would be better? Let me see. You said these are monks?
These are not monks. These are skinless goblins.
Okay. Alright. I guess he'll take the hit, but he'll roll
You gotta roll a con save.
he'll practice 1 second.
Yep.
Con save 1 second.
You can use your energy to maintain energy. You must make a strength saving throw. Ooh, so you are paralyzed, but he is going to have to make a strength saving. So 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which should be 2 at this point. Or I think you're 5, so it should be 3. So 8 plus 3 plus the ability modifier increased by this score. So is that charisma?
Well, the save for this should be 1 second. It has it up here for me.
Mhm.
My save should be 16.
Oh shit. Okay, I don't know if you can pass that. Yes, plus 2 to this. D20 plus 2. Oh, he does. So he's going to take half the damage and isn't pushed away from you, and you are paralyzed. So, let me put a little net on you so we know you are paralyzed, and he is going to take half of 11. So he is going to take. Comes in there, races in there, impales you, sees Jacob, and steps to confront him in his leather 90s. This guy is going to race forward and complete the circle on Saphir. This is it, Saphir. This is the end for you. So I show D20 plus 4. 16? Your armor class is currently 22, correct? Mr. Saphir?
"Oh my, yeah."
Yep. So that 16 misses. and it turns around to Canis' turn. Unfortunately, he is paralyzed, but you can repeat the save at the end of your turn. Canis, go ahead and give us another con save. Yeah, +5 to this, so you should pass.
Okay.
That was an unfortunate natural 2. At the end of your turn, you are able to move your body again, but unfortunately, you are prone and you are paralyzed. So you currently cannot do anything other than be there. Jacob.
I'm gonna grab my staff and shield
Mm-hmm.
and get up and cast Bless.
Alrighty. Who are you casting Bless? You do not have to see people to cast Bless. Though.
Yeah,
You
so
should hit
everybody.
level.
Oh, you're casting it at level 2?
Bless is up to
3. As a
Then
first
First
level.
level.
Myself-
If it's second level, it's 4.
I don't have a second level yet.
Okay.
I'll be myself, Canis, and Saphir.
Grab the token Canis. And Saphir. From inside of the tent, Saphir, you hear some disgusting divine words of inspiration being spoken. Help me, God! And you're like, oh, gross. But you feel empowered from those words.
I'm in light.
Calm down, Aristotle. Alrighty, Jacob. Anything else?
I guess I'll
The only thing I would say,
bonus
Jacob,
action.
is
I'll bonus action.
mhm.
X-Blades curse the guy in the tent.
Ooh, right here in front of you.
Yeah.
The only thing I was going to say is you are. It takes an action to put your shield on, so you would technically not have your shield's defense quite yet.
Okay.
Alrighty, Emmerich.
Do. What does the lightning mean on? Oh, that's bless. Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha.
They are not cursed.
Do I know if Saphir is strong or not? Like,
You see some bunny blood splattered across the tent, but you don't hear any screaming of it. Maybe he's already dead. Who knows?
I'm
no, I mean
incredibly
how
stoic.
muscular is he? Like,
Oh,
is
he's
he?
jacked. Imagine.
He's jacked.
Yeah, Bugs
Okay.
Bunny, but on creatine.
Yeah, I have 18 strength.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and you're blessed. You should do fine. I hope.
You hear a Wilhelm scream from outside. Oh!
I want to cast Entangle on the things surrounding Saphir and gamble on he's making the save, since if they're all restrained, none of them can attack him, right?
So you have to do it at a place you can see. But I think it's fair
Okay.
enough that it's a tent. You can like peek under and cast it like in this area. Would you like to do so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I
That
think
sounds
you could
good
do
to me.
something like this, where
Okay,
it
that would be-
goes like this. Oh wait,
It would be
like that.
great. Yeah, then I
Mhm.
don't even have to sacrifice a few. That's good. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll do that one.
Alrighty, you peek under the tent. You see these old school hobgoblins
God,
casting
all those
tango.
DCs are fucked.
Yeah, your DC should be 15, right?
16.
Ooh, 16. Oh, that's hot. Alrighty. Let me see what their strength is. The sword wraith, his strength is +4. So he's +3 and +2. So I'll roll for the +4 first. D20 +4. This will be for the big guy. The big guy. Ooh, he passes. And then let's roll for the 2 wraiths, or gas. Fail. So they are going to be entangled. The
Then as a
petrified
bonus,
Go ahead.
as a bonus action, I will start on my skin will become like the night sky, like really stars blink, and a chalice appears on my chest.
Again. Jacob and Canis, you guys see Emmerich start sparkling. That's literally all he does.
Like I think I even spread light now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
if-
pretty sure you do. You do like 10 feet of light. Yep.
Yeah, 10 feet of dim light. Bright light for 10 feet, and then 10 feet for dim light. Yeah, I'm a lantern now.
I got you. Hold on, Doug.
Yeah.
I got you. Hold on.
And then I take a step back into the tent.
I'm just putting a light on your character.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I'm
Alrighty.
shiny.
Canis, what did you roll for your initiative? Because I have a 0 for you.
20.
You rolled a 20?
Yes.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
his token
Alright, hold on.
and the initiative order.
Okay, so what effect is on this guy right here?
Which one?
It's my Hexblade curse.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Canis, it's not your turn, right? Because we passed by your turn. I don't know why I had you in there 0. It is back to Saphir's turn.
Okay, these two are restrained.
So you have advantage.
Before
attacking
you
them.
go, Saphir, Canis, what is your dexterity?
My dex is 18.
Okay, so you should go before the ghouls and before. Wait, yeah, you should go before the ghouls. So I put you there. Before.
Yeah, you had me twice, so it makes. I was like confused for a second. I'm like, how many ghouls are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Saphir.
Out of these two, which is more hurt?
They're both about the same amount of hurt. The guy who's like half ethereal, that hobgoblin, with little pinpricks of reserve blue energy in his eyes, he looks the most injured.
Wow, that told me. Which one is that?
This home,
The boss.
the one with the armor.
Ah, okay, so he's the most damaged.
Oh yes, he is very much injured.
The others have advantage to attack. Go. Make your gun.
He does look like he will impale you. You also have advantage against him.
I also have advantage against him.
Yes, when he
Why?
attacks 2 times in one turn, you have advantage against him.
Oh, alright.
Mm.
Then I'm going to attack with my spear,
14 glances off his armor.
and then I'll attack with my flame spear.
18 lanes for 9
So
points
that's-
of fire damage.
Yep.
Alrighty. This is. Are you going to use fire? You're using fire damage and not just non-magical damage.
Yeah.
Yep, gotcha. Alrighty, he takes the full 9. Nice. Oof. Half health. Alrighty, Saphir. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I can do.
I mean, you could move.
Ooh, I was gonna say, do you want to roll your bless for that first 14? Because you might hit.
Oh, yeah.
You have a 50-50 shot of hitting with this bless.
R1d4.
Yep.
Plus-
that
yeah.
would hit. So that would be 7 more points of fire damage.
That would be cold damage.
Gotcha. Boop. He is not resistant to that, and he is now on death's door. Alrighty, Saphir. Well done. He will respond in like this is the end. 2d20 plus 6. That is going to be a 20 to hit and a 24 to hit.
Alright, I'm going to cast shield again.
So only the second one hits.
Yep.
6 points of slashing damage as this long sword cuts across your chest. The Ghast are, I think they're going to take their turn to try to break out of the thingamajig. I don't think they want to attack with this damage. They have +3 to this, so d20 +3. The first for the top guy, he fails. Bottom guy passes. He is no longer in. Alrighty. That's it for their turn. Why is Canis here twice? There you go. Canis!
Okay, I should be able to move from the 10th flap to here, right?
Sure.
Okay. Now I will first use let me see. I'll use the gloves feature
To
with
activate-
Spirit Shroud.
Yes.
Okay, and then I will you said this guy's almost dead, right?
He is on death's door.
So not
But
half. He's like
undead. He's already dead.
so he's like
on death's door.
so he's close to like the 1/3 and like half.
He's about at
You-
4th at the moment.
Okay. I didn't want to like overkill him and waste a move. That's what I was asking. Okay. So now that Spirit Shroud is up, I will use Shocking Grasp at advantage.
Alrighty, because he is wearing armor.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I will say is I'm pretty sure Shocking Grasp is not an attack roll. I think that's just a saving throw, right?
No, it's a
No,
touch. I have
it's
to
an
hit him.
attack.
It's a melee spell attack.
Oh, that's because
Yeah.
you have advantage to hit him. Yeah, gotcha. Alrighty. Go ahead and
Gets
give
his
us an attack
super
roll.
advantage if he's clad in armor, and
I think it's just normal advantage, right?
yeah.
It's no advantage, but I will be using a twin spell sorcery feat.
What does that do?
Never mind. Never mind.
Did you just crit him?
Yep.
Okay. So what happens is you activate these gauntlets by punching them together, and two dragonoid serpents coil around each one of your gauntlets. You reach out and you grab the shit out of him, and as you shock him, double your shocking grasp dice, double the spirit shroud dice from his, and let's see how much damage you do. If you can do 21 points of damage, you would kill him.
Okay, that's the spirit shroud.
Mm-hmm.
And then the shocking grasp is
Should be 2d8.
so 48, right?
Yes. No, I think it's normally just a d8. So it should be.
No,
2d8.
he's 5th level, so it's.
Oh yeah,
2d8.
yeah, yeah. So it's 48. Yep.
Let's say so it's 10, and I'll roll again.
Yeah, he's super fucking dead. He literally explodes. You just shock the fuck out of him, and right before he swings again on Saphir, the two dragonoid serpents like reach into him and like pull his head from his body, and he falls apart, dead in the entanglement.
Good looking out.
Okay, and after that, let me see. Yeah, that was my bonus action, my normal action. They're entangled. This guy's entangled, right?
Yes, this top guy right here.
All right, I guess I'll in my turn then.
He turns to look at you. He turns back. Alrighty. Ghouls go.
What's their dexterity? Because it might be my turn.
Ooh, theirs is +2.
Same as mine.
Ooh, okay. Let's do a roll off. Highs or lows?
Hi.
35 with low.
You go first, Jacob.
All right, then I'll hit this guy twice.
Alrighty. Give us those attack rolls.
Oh, that was accent. That was accent. Ignore that. Ignore that.
You are
Those
blessed, so you definitely hit because he already has AC 12. Roll me damage, Jacob.
I'm actually using this two-handed, so it'll be 1d8. We'll give it a second.
Die, zombie.
I'll be
Oh
12 now.
my god, max damage. God.
Plus 2 from the
So 4.
Hexblade's Curse.
Oof. God damn, that's half his health.
And then I'll butt strike him.
Mm-hmm. 17 hits. For 6 points of bludgeoning damage, actually 8.
Plus, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that is gonna knock him on death's door.
I forgot. I hit that boss guy even harder because he was undead.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he sure
And I'm
was.
gonna move, rotate around him to there.
Alrighty, yeah, that's totally fine. Alrighty. There you go. I think you hit him hard enough, he's just gonna follow you. He was gonna run in and eat you, but no. He wants to study the other guy. This is it for you, Jacob. Any last words? I think it's 2d4 for these guys. Hit you. Jacob, give me a con save. And take 8 points of slashing damage.
Silver barbs.
You cannot see him.
I can't?
No. This guy's on the inside of the tent.
Oh, I thought you meant this guy.
No. Yeah, when this guy attacks, you can definitely silver barbs.
Oh,
This
okay,
guy's on the
okay.
inside.
12 con save.
Oh, let me check. That's close. Unfortunately, it was DC 20. I'm kidding.
True.
The second guy's gonna attack as well. And he misses. He attacks Saphir. He kind of looks over at you, Jacob. You see a strange, skinless goblin that is very much undead, with his eyes sunken in his head, kind of glance at you, shrug, and then turn back towards Emmerich, there is some really, really fucked up shit going on outside. What do you do?
Yeah. Like, how's my vision? Do I see Saphir from here or not?
You could peek
Wait.
under the tent, but at the moment you cannot see him.
Sorry.
Okay,
The
so if I move here, can I see him?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can definitely peek under the
Okay,
tent.
awesome. Then I'll.
This guy looks at you when you walk up, and then he looks back at Jacob.
Yeah, I walk up to him, and then while walking to him, I just touch him with my claw.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that hits.
Ooh, you're going for the ghoul. Oh shit! I didn't realize. I thought you were
Yeah.
going for Saphir. Okay. Yeah.
No,
Sorry,
my
excuse
action, my action is on the ghoul.
God, that is so much damage. 15 damage with a fucking cantrip. That absolutely
Yeah.
obliterates him. You melt through his already non-existing skin, and this goblinoid falls into a mess on the ground.
Yeah, it's really,
Uh,
it's really just Emmerich how he eats food. He's just like,
I have acidic claws for a brief second and a slash past its head.
Mm-hmm. Melted to pieces.
And then I'll use my bonus action, since that was a cantrip. I cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Saphir.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have my chalice thing up, I also heal Saphir for whatever I get from this. Okay, so 16 HP for
Well, you
him.
trolling my encounter. Stop healing him, alright?
Oh, nice.
So
I'm a
did,
heal bot now.
Sorry.
Okay.
did the ghoul attack Saphir? I didn't.
Yes. Oh, so you would have gotten your
Yeah.
sentinel. Yep. Go and give me an attack roll.
Nah, I would have missed.
Yes.
Can you roll
Actually,
the d4?
Yeah, D4.
Yeah, roll a d4 because that might hit. Yeah. They do not have very high
Now 11.
misses. Unfortunate. Alrighty.
And after that, I take a step back into the tent again, and that's my turn.
Alrighty. Well done, Emmer. Saphir.
Alright, now that I'm no longer close to death, I'm going to do the exact same thing if I was close to death.
Mhm.
I'm going to stab the restrained one in front of me.
Oh shit! Already? Go for it. You have advantage.
Are you having fun, Mega?
Lamax?
Okay,
Oh,
good.
I can roll a 1d4 as well.
Yeah.
Emmerich, please don't taunt the DM, Emmerich. Please.
Oh
16
yeah. I was
hit?
gonna say fuck. 12 misses with 16 definitely hits. My
Very
monsters, Please.
And I'm going to do another one for 5.
Ooh, so that's 10 with that first one. Ugh. And then 5 more with the second one. Alrighty.
10 cold, 5 heat.
Mm-hmm. They are not
Fire.
resistant to either one of those. Well done. Alrighty. Sword Wraith is dead. Get out of here. Gaskill. This one is restrained. I think he's being buggered by you enough to just. Is he? I think he's just gonna attack you. Even with disadvantage.
Go for it.
That's 5. So that's going to be a 14 or 13, which misses.
Yep.
This guy here is going to step out of the entangle. And he is just going to maul you, Sophia. D20 plus 5. 17.
That meets, but I'm gonna cast one last shield.
Ding! To deflect his claws. Well done. Alrighty. Canis, you see the battlefield in front of you. Who X'd out my goddamn ghouls? What do you do, Canis?
Alright, this guy's uninjured, right?
No, he's injured.
Okay,
Very slightly.
So this guy's wounded. This guy's slightly injured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me do some measurements. 1 second. So I am going to teleport to here,
Nani?
and shut up. And I will be casting the improved Eldritch Blast.
Ooh, be careful. If you're in melee, it is disadvantage. So you might want to teleport.
Oh,
something.
yeah, I just go a little bit further
yeah,
back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like here.
Mhm.
Let me see. All right.
Alrighty.
Let me see. So that is Eldritch Blast. Let me see.
Uh, 14 definitely hits.
All right.
Give us
Roll
damage.
damage.
Do it. No, don't do it. 7 points of force damage plus
Plus
2d8.
the 8.
So 17 points of damage.
To this guy.
Yes, and he this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. He takes that 17 and he is now bloody.
All right. Then the second one.
Yeah, because you get 2 Eldritch Blasts. Yep, 24 hits.
I get 3 of them.
Oh, you're are you using that thingy because you can only do that once per day to upcast the Eldritch Blast for like a minute.
Is it once per day or once per long rest?
I think that's the same thing.
Okay, yeah. Cause I haven't even got to sleep yet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah. So this is the second one.
Mhm.
Let me see.
Roll damage. 11. Oh god.
Okay, this one is toward this motherfucker here.
Ooh, I got you. Okay.
Okay.
Plus 11. So he takes 11 plus 10, so 21 points of damage. A mix of force and radiant rips off half of his body, but he's still standing. Kind of shrugs and turns towards Jacob.
Okay, and then
17 hits. Who are you hitting? All of them have less than a 17 AC.
this one again.
Gotcha.
The paralyzed one.
Yeah, I don't think he fucking survived. Yeah, the force damage is enough. But roll
Mac roll.
the other damage just so we can see it.
Okay.
And I put him on the pound. Yeah, oh
28.
god, yeah. Giga dead. Alrighty, Canis, in a flurry of Eldritch Blasts, they fly out of your gauntlets, and as they strike the enemies, your little dragonoid serpents finish them off by ripping their heads off. Anything else?
Ends my turn.
Jacob, the foe in front of you have been felled, but there's another one that turn towards Canis for a second. And he's looking at you.
Yeah, I'll attack him.
No, don't do it. Fuck. 22 hits.
He does it.
For 9 points of... This is thunder damage, right, Jake? Or
Lightning.
Gotcha. Yep. He is not resistant to that. Boop. He is still alive. However, he is on death's door.
Alright, butt strike.
Do it. I think 13 meets, but you have less, so that would have been hit anyway. Alrighty. For 8. Ooh, that's close. He has 13. Not
Alright, I'll smite him then.
You see that the butt was not enough, so you, at the last second, put in some divine. That's 2 8s on that smite.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. He explodes across the battlefield, becoming.
We're all like really pissed except for Saphir. He got to sleep except for us.
Well done. Alrighty. Anything else, Jacob? You ruined my.
I'll rotate to there.
Well done, Jacob. Well done. There are no ghouls. Imric.
Let's see how far I'm out.
Should they be making con saves when they cast spells?
You're right, yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. Jacob and Imric, half your HP for me. I'm kidding. Right?
Thanks.
Okay. I can hit it from here, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure spell
Yes.
is a shield is a spell.
I never
Ooh.
failed.
But he didn't fail the con.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because I never fail.
Oh, nice. He's still restrained, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll do my primal savagery, and just slash him.
Ooh, for 12 points of
acid.
acid damage. That is half of his current health. He is now on death's door.
Okay. Then who looks the most wounded out of all of us? Like Zephyr or?
Probably still me. I have 29 out of 45 health.
Okay, I'll cast another healing word at second level.
Roll me a spell casting check. It'll be a
Yeah.
D20 plus your spell mod.
Okay. So straight up wisdom, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have any contamination, do you?
No, I've not.
Alrighty, that is a pass.
Okay. Then a healing word.
Mm-hmm.
So 11 on Zephyr and the chalice thingy plus another 8, so 19.
Nice.
Alright, I'm back up to full.
That's my turn.
Well done, Emery. Saphir, your foe is in front of you. What do?
I'm gonna stab. He's still restrained, yeah?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Oh, 1d4.
He is a ghast. His AC is higher than 12.
Rip. Is it 13?
Yes.
Because I'm hitting with advantage.
It is. Oh, yeah, so you hit. Yep.
Alright, very nice. So,
Very
9
nice.
points of cold damage.
Yep.
And then
Can it be?
1d4.
Yeah, I'm about to say you hit anyway because it's 13.
Yeah.
Can you do less than 3 damage?
I've already done the damage right here.
Oh, actually,
9
yeah,
points of
yeah, he's super
fire damage.
bigger than. Yeah.
Wow, he just disappeared.
And with that, the battlefield goes silent. I misspoke earlier. The sword that guy was wielding is not it is not rusty. It's actually relatively pristine.
What is it? Was it a longsword?
Mm-hmm. It's a long sword, and it has a I want to say like a pure white gem in the hilt or pommel, whatever you call it.
Do I sense any magic from the sword? Can I like roll an arcane check?
Oh yeah.
Alright. Oh yeah as in like yes, or oh yeah as in roll?
It definitely looks magical.
Okay. Can I determine what kind of magic via arcane check?
You can do like a short rest with it.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do that instead. Over the long rest. I'll chill with this sword.
And let me see if you guys find any valuables on their bodies. These were unusual undead, so they might have something we are looking for here. And let me roll for this. This is a very, very unusual zombie. Yes, you guys find 70 GP on their body. We're providing
Yoink.
for you guys for the end. 70 GP. And yes, this might interest. It's kind of weird. It might interest Jacob, but he uses a pole arm master, so I'm not sure how well this will work. But this sword is called is the Long Sword of Glory. It is a sword that you can either, when you attack with it, you can either choose to do non-magical slashing damage, or you can do radiant damage. And when you deal radiant damage with it, you have a +1 to damage rolls with this weapon.
So when you deal radiant damage with it,
Yes.
it has a +1.
So it's damage. rolls.
Damage.
Mhm.
Can you do that infinitely, or is it?
Oh yeah,
limited?
yeah. As long as you choose to attack and deal radiant damage, it does +1 damage. Yeah.
Oh, so it deals radiant damage, and if it's dealing radiant damage, it does a +1?
You can either deal
Yes.
non-magical slashing damage with it, so you can just choose to use it as a normal sword, or you can do radiant damage with it instead. And when you deal radiant damage, it does +1 damage.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's It's very nice.
Hmm.
I don't think many things resist radiant damage.
Nope. Especially not
So-
undead.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just notate that for you guys. If anybody wants to wield it, just let me know. At the end, we're gonna roll off for it.
For this session, I'd like to wield it or like carry it. So like, if I've
As a alt- as
expended
a
one
alt
of
pick.
my spears, I can switch to this sword.
Sure. Is that okay with everybody for Saphira to keep it on his side?
Yeah, I would use this in this session.
Gotcha.
Makes perfect sense.
Alrighty. And with that, the feud goes silent. You guys managed to not trigger any wandering hordes. So your night goes by uneventfully. Nothing else comes to accost you.
We will start burning them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I stabbed them with my
Yeah.
flame spear.
Well,
Yeah.
how does the armor on like the one zombie look?
Rusted to hell. Probably
Oh, that-
unusable.
Well, never mind. Burn them all.
Mm,
Then I'm assuming we go to sleep.
mhm.
Yeah, and before I go to sleep, I will cast a level 3 aid on them.
Alrighty. What does level 3 aid do?
Plus 10 max health.
Yep. So at least for the morning hex tomorrow, you guys will have plus 10 for any encounters.
Alright, I'm gonna take off my armor and go to bed.
Let's do. Alrighty. And after your long rest, something strange happens in the morning. Who would be awake during the fourth watch with Imric?
During the fourth watch,
Mm-hmm.
I would be.
You would be awake?
Yeah.
Alright.
For my watch, I would be wearing my half plate and my
Yeah,
shield.
because I took third to last, and we should still have aid.
Let me just do something cheeky with this. Let's do like 1,000. Boop. Just to light everything up so everybody can see. I will place Saphir and Jacob in the team as they sleep. Imrig by the campfire next to Canis. Sort of almost without you guys realizing it, there's a man at the campfire.
Say it again.
Without you guys realizing it, there's suddenly a man at the campfire. Sitting cross-legged. Just kind of staring into it. This man, at first kind of freaks you out. This guy, at first you like, it was kind of strange. This man kind of appeared out of nowhere. And then you take a closer look and like your vision sort of acclimates to what the fuck he is. In particular, he kind of vibes with you, Imrig, as you see this man's skin is not black, but void of light. And you can see on his skin several different pinpricks of light that almost looks like the stars you look at sometimes.
Okay. Hello?
Let me grab a token for you guys. See if I can find a really good token for you guys. Yeah, sure, why not? He is one, so this works. There we are. Yeah, he's just sitting next to the campfire. When you say hello, he looks up and is like, I'm happy to finally meet you all. Thank you for taking care of that undead. That group in particular were quite vicious to almost all life they came across.
You're welcome.
I'm assuming Emmerich, what's your charisma?
Did you remember when I said intelligence is my dump stat? Well, my real dump stat is charisma.
The question is this: you said he's specifically talking to Emmerich or both of us?
I'm sort of to the both of you.
But does he look mainly interested in Emmerich though?
When you look at his face to see where his vision is focused, you see two like almost like white hot beams of light where his eyes should be, and you don't see a mouth. So it's really hard to tell exactly what he's focusing on.
Okay.
As I said
well,
before, his skin is almost like a void of light, and there's several pinpricks that look like stars and galaxies all over his body.
So does it look like Emmerich when he's doing his thing?
Sort of.
Hmm. Okay, I guess I'll kind of like tilt my head slightly and be like, I didn't catch your name, sir. I'm Canis. No problem with the undead, you know. Someone had to take him out. So it's,
Mm.
it's all good.
I appreciate it. I've been tracking them for quite some time. They've been going through almost like hunting for the wildlife in the area and whatever other goblinoids they came across.
Thinking they're trying to starve us out, most likely.
I am who I used to be is long dead, but I used to go by Aiden.
Were you one attuned to nature like my friend here, and kind of like points to Emmerich?
He gives a nod. He's wearing like sort of rags. It's almost like what you expect like a very shoddy druid to wear, but you can see there's like they're being like sort of kept up by magic, almost as if he knows like maybe like a mending cantrip or something to sort of make clothes for himself. So he kind of looks like hobo-ish, but not really.
Mm. Well, he kind of looks to the guy. And he's like, "So, do you have any I guess best thing we can share in this day and age information? We're as you can see, we're technically still alive, so we're still due to that suffering from the fog. But I'm hoping you have some information that could help us, maybe."
Oh yeah, I know about your whole civilization, your whole thing going on over there.
From where? Who told you?
Can you squints?
Maybe I haven't made myself clear. I used to be, long ago, somebody different. Who I used to be had knowledge of the construction and the oncoming cataclysm. Of course, post-cataclysm, I've changed. I haven't always been this way.
Okay, were you a druid of the city then? Like before the big,
When you say
boom?
that, like the pinpricks on his body sort of like flare up, and he like sighs. He says, "Yes, I was the one who even warned the Baron of the oncoming cataclysm.
Hmm.
I was the one he exiled whenever the time came. The cataclysm did not come, but it was his hubris and his impatience that led to so many dying.
And why did you not make it to the safe place if you knew ahead of time and warned people?
I was exiled. I was no longer allowed in the barony. I
Wow. Not even in the vault?
nope. I tried to create my own safe haven, but as you can see, he kind of gestures to himself. It did not work.
Do you still need food and water?
I can't remember the last time I've eaten. As you can see, I don't necessarily have the places for food to go.
Have you been conscious this whole time, or did you wake up recently?
My consciousness came back to me years ago, but for quite some time I remember being in a dreamlike state amongst the stars.
Are you all this time by yourself, or did you make friends of like similar transformations as you?
The ones who have been cursed, gifted, I'm not sure. Like myself, I'm not sure if you've met them before. There are some sisters in the lands that are littered with the carts of people who didn't make it in before the cataclysm hit.
Yeah, we met Diana. She was nice.
They are
But
similarly gifted as I am, or cursed. I know not of too many else that have a similar affliction as I.
Hmm.
are you dangerous to us? Like, you've seen the other things that transform, they tend to try to eat us.
He gives you like a handshake and says, I'm the warning of the new lands, the new nature, um,
Mm.
a servant of the Wild Mother herself. I wish you no harm.
That being said, it's actually ironically useful. We're headed towards the marshlands further south
Mm.
and attempt to get some soil that acclimates to this seed we have. It appears to, when fully grown, at least like
Ooh.
absorb some of the thicker parts of the fog.
You have one
And
of
we
the antidote plants, do you?
yes.
Very rare. They rarely crop up or grow outside of the swamp area. You might have some trouble growing it in a different environment. You see when you get there what I mean. The swamps themselves are, as you can see, much of nature has changed. The trees that are alive no longer operate like the post cataclysm trees do. The grass itself, the ones that aren't dead, attempt to latch onto you and drain you of your nutrients. The ones that are dead are petrified and crumble underneath your feet. The marshlands themselves are warped. The mud, the waters there are frosty cold.
Mm.
That
Is
is
there a
what
ruling?
those plants
Is
grow.
there like a ruling faction there, or is it just nature rampant?
Mm. Before the cataclysm, have you heard of a creature called a sturge?
Say it again.
Have you heard of a creature
Sturge.
called a sturge?
No.
Hmm.
Sounds like a bird.
Those creatures are large mosquito-like creatures that would impale themselves on whoever they could come across and drain them of their fluids. They've mutated to be more humanoid. Uh, they've taken on forms similar to goblinoids. All while their body has evolved, their mind is much like still of a mosquito. They've lost their flight, but they keep their needle-like nose, impaling anything they come across for nutrients.
That sounds disgusting.
I call them sturge blings, because they seem to be a strange mix between sturges and goblins. Those creatures inhabit the swamp areas to the far south. On this side of the river, you won't see many of them, as the hobgoblins clear them out whenever they see them, considering how much of a plague they can be. Uh, one is not that dangerous, but three or four, if they manage to impale you, can drain you in under a minute.
Hmm. Now, I have a question. If you represent nature now, I'm sure you must have quarrels with the fog eaters, because I've only encountered them once, and the one time I did was them further corrupting the land.
Mm. I don't care for them, but they do their thing, I do my thing. There's nothing I can do to really stop what they
Fair, but do you know what do you know about them though?
do. They are the premier practitioners of arcane magics in the lands now, being one of the only sentient races that have commands over the weave itself. They seem to summon aberrations to assist them in these gifts. Um, that's about all I know.
When you say that magic leans more towards necromantic, like the enemy of the city originally, or is this a new fog-based thing?
No necromancy, just pure arcane weave.
Okay, that at least rules him out of being directly associated with the necromancer, because I'm sure you've seen his forces as well. Or what presumably are his forces.
I know not of a necromancer, but I know they were intelligent undead that seem to serve some master. Whoever that is, I have not met them before.
Yes, in particular, there's been like a flame skull and accompanied by a minotaur and a further entourage. It's been very, I wouldn't say keen to announce their presence, but definitely wasn't hiding it, which makes me think they're pretty confident in numbers.
He sort of waves his hand and he says, "This land, this world belongs to the undead now. It would make sense that they wouldn't be concerned about the doings of the living, considering that most of the living will be dead."
Are you okay with the undead ruling this land?
Of course not. But what am I supposed to do?
Fair. I just wanted to be sure. I didn't want to assume.
How do you keep yourself safe from them when you're all by yourself and have to sleep, or do you not sleep anymore?
I do not sleep.
Mm.
Much like the elves of the past, from time to time I trance and I commune with the stars. It is behind a haze, so I cannot commune directly with them, but I'm able to glean some knowledge from them and restore my tie to nature.
Do you hear the Wild Mother? Because
Yes.
all the people who pray to gods and stuff said they go unanswered.
She is, I wouldn't say fickle, but not very talkative. When she wants something done, I will get visions and I will execute her will. But other than that, she doesn't speak like you and me. Not often, at least.
Is there a way you could help my friend here, possibly easier commune with her, or I mean, I'm he has a similar shape to you when he's working his druidic magic. He like kind of like waves vaguely at his star body.
Any nature that you see around you that is not undead, may it be the new trees or maybe the fresh kill of one of the new creatures, create a fetish using their remains and try to commune with her, as she is the warden over this new nature. I'm sure she will be more than happy to have another servant under her belt. Be careful. She is not one to be trifled with. Your nature magics could be turned in on yourself if you cross her the wrong way. As you said, the old gods have long abandoned this plane. It seems to be the Night Mother herself and one other force that seems to have some pull over the undead in this area seem to have the most control over the lands now.
Kind of elbows Ember, like, well, there you go. You know, you got it in.
I don't know. She sounds like. Would she like me?
He kind of gives you like a up and down look. He said, "You will do as long as you are obedient and you are a friend of the new nature. She will see fit to, at the very least, not look down upon you."
And just to be sure, she has never given you commands that would run contrary to any of the mortals still around, right?
I am a warden of nature, not humanity.
Okay. So no, like, hey, kill those guys or anything, right?
Depends. If you found it fit to start executing all of the new life in the lands, our paths may cross. But as long as you don't do anything strange like that, where you're eradicating all of the current new life, then we won't have any problems.
Yeah, no, we're mainly killing skeletons and like we're trying to avoid getting killed by goblins, you know.
The less
And then like
the better.
and you should know just so you don't get pissed. Maxwell, which is the son of the former ruler, is in the vault and kind of our boss, but he's kind of a bitch, so it should be fine.
Maxwell, the son of an old
Yeah.
friend. I remember him.
Yeah, don't worry, he's kind of toothless at best, but we're trying to, he's doing his best.
I feel like the old Baron is stuck somewhere. I don't think he's left this plane yet. I
Oh
think
God.
You might find him in Drolid City, still in his keep. If you
The
could,
problem.
if you could make it there, if you do make it there, if you could do for me, release his soul. I know he was a prideful man and he exiled me and everything, but if you could put him to rest, as well as the other souls that reside there, that would be a great favor for me.
I'm guessing he won't go without a fight. Then, that's what you're saying.
I believe him to be undead.
Yes, that makes sense. Do you think bringing Maxwell would help?
Possibly. I don't think that Maxwell would necessarily have any influence. If anything, it might traumatize him to see his father in such a state.
Fair. All right, well. Thank you for your information and help. Is there anything we can do for you before we move on?
He sort of looks towards Imran and says, I admire the mission that you're on. That seed you have there, I feel like it's going to help your people. Just be careful. In the swamps, the Sturge Blends, they serve a master. They are mostly mindless, barbaric themselves, but there is a witch that they serve who would stop at nothing to get her hands on more of the fog counteracting plants that grow in the swamps. She
A witch
believes,
like
Mm,
a witch like you and Diana, or more like the kobolds and goblins we encounter?
are you familiar with a hag?
Oh God.
Well, I never had a mother-in-law, but
He chuckles. She is a much mutated hag, corrupted, almost more lizard-like than your typical hag would be. She survives in the swamps, leading her own contingent of Sturge goblins. They go where she tells them to go, and she has them set up several different fetishes around the swamp to keep an eye on things for her, so she can use her divination magic to see in different parts of the swamp. She controls a large swath of the area that the Draco men don't.
Would it be smart to destroy these as we go?
If you wish to gain her ire, my suggestion would be to just move with respect.
So not like stealth, but respect, like open and like calm.
Preferably both, because if she knows why you're there, if she can glean information that you have, at the very least, a seedling of those plants that she deems are hers, she will kill you. You don't
Understood.
understand how rare that seedling is.
okay. Do you have a suggestion how we would ideally raise it if we manage to get the soil.
Mm. My suggestion would be for you, if you wish to have the most success in growing it, plant it in the region. Let it sit there, and eventually it will sprout on its own. If you
So
bring it
so
back
plant it
with
near
you
us or near the swamp?
near the swamp area, if you bring it back with you outside of the frosty, frozen swampland areas, you will have you would have to make a sacrifice to grow this plant.
It he kind of rubs his temple together like so. Just to be sure, if we leave her alive, what are the odds of her tampering with this seed before it comes to fruition and ruining everything?
Chances are, if you plant it, she will not tamper with it. But if it
Oh,
blooms, she might take it for herself.
hmm.
As I
Would
said
you
before, she
object?
considers
Yeah, okay.
all of the
My bad.
plants her own. Go ahead.
Would you object to if things come to blows? Would you object to her being harmed?
I have no care in the world for that woman. She is not necessarily a enemy against nature, but she's not a friend. She takes nature
Understood.
and warps it for her own ways, using different fetishes and all sorts of dark magics, infernal magics to in her own ways. If you took her out, I would not care either way.
Understood. Thanks for your help and information. We'll be here a little bit longer while our friends finish resting, and after that, we'll be on the way. But if you need anything in the meantime, let us know.
One problem that you might have is crossing the river. As you can see, the composition of much of the rivers and much of the waters here are not as they used to be. Unfortunately, you are on the other side of the river from the swamp proper. There is a very small amount of swampland directly to our south that you might be able to use in order to grow that flower safely away from her. But if you wish to make it to her, you are several days' journey across across river from her at the moment.
We- if we want to cross the river, I can have us walk over it.
There's also a bridge to the south, maybe a day and a half from now, directly south of here. If you cross that bridge, you will enter the remnants of the Darkwater Barony. Careful, there are several towns full of undead and monstrosities right across the bridge. You will need to tread carefully if you wish to avoid gaining their ire as well. There's also right next to that bridge the remnants of a farmstead controlled by the goblinoids. This whole area is their territory. Really, none of us should be here, but I find it easier to just move between the trees and stay out of trouble, especially at night. As you can see, he sort of gestures at himself, so pretty well cloaked.
Understood. We'll tread carefully. Worst case, we, get an exact bearing to where everything is. We're gonna try to go straight to the swamp, but if not, we might have to, sneak past some of these villages.
If you are looking for allies in the swamp area, I don't know if you've come across them before. There are some mutated creatures that are less mindless and more approachable than the Sturgeons. A strange mix between frogs and dogs. They have
Yes, we've seen one of them victimized by the fog eater, so we're definitely on more on their side than the opposite.
They control an area of the swamp. They themselves find themselves in conflict with the Sturgeblin Witch, um, considering that they live in the swamp areas as well. I believe she is trying to uh, wrestle control of their clans under her control to be almost like a secondary force to fight for her. They are not as mindless as the Sturgeblin, so of course they won't be as easy to wrestle under her control. But my worry is that with the abilities of the Sturgeblins to be able to truly outcombat those frog creatures, it's only a matter of time before she either has them under her control or eradicates them completely.
Understood. And hopefully we can, help preserve some of the natural, if mutated life, which definitely isn't a hack. So yeah.
You might find yourself. There's a. He kind of chuckles. There's a lot of stuff down there that's unlike any other area in the landmass. Those Sturgeblins are not the only mosquito-like creatures that live there. There are the Sturgeblins are diminutive, 3-4 feet tall. There are uh, mosquito men, 6 feet tall.
Oh Jesus.
They live relatively nomadic. They are more mindful. They have more sentience than the Sturgeons. They live still very nomadic lives. But if you come across them, my recommendation would be to either attempt to treat with them or leave them be. I would not attack them because their forces are much stronger than the Sturgeons, enough to um, fight the witch and keep her away from them. But if you draw their ire, I'm afraid your little population might be in danger of being drained of all their fluids by giant men with mosquito noses.
Do you know the name of this hack? So as soon as you run to these factions, we can say we want to kill blank.
Literally, just the Sturgeblin Witch.
The Sturge.
Gotcha. Do these two factions speak common?
Some mutated form of common. The Sturgeblins speak strange, very buzzy version of Goblin. But as I said before, they are barely sentient. Speaking to them for the most part is useless. They will swarm you and drain you. But the Sturge men, those ones you should be able to speak to using common. I would be patient with them. It's been quite some time since they've been really in much contact with any sort of civilized factions.
Understood.
You've seen us kill, pointing at the burning corpses or ashes. You've seen us kill those. Would you think we can take the Sturgeblin Witch, or
It depends.
how?
She is obviously a spellcaster and a strong one at that. She's able to warp the mind, charm herself. Physically, is very formidable. Not to mention, she has an entire contingent to fight under her control. If you were to attempt to take her on, I'm not quite sure you might be able to take her on. I can't say for certain.
Okay.
All
Have
right.
to find friends.
Thank you for your help. We're gonna, I guess, play it by ear. Hopefully, we can
I'm so upset.
Convince-
I'm so upset.
What?
I'm so upset.
What?
Because he's not done chewing your ears off.
God. Oh God.
I
um,
mean, we're the only people encountered the
Yeah.
last decade, probably, right?
sort of. He will look at the two of you and say, of the Hobgoblin Legion, um, the Fog Eaters. It seems like you have some experience with those two. Have you run into any of the Warg Riders?
No. Me and one of my companions here a couple of months ago
Mhm.
ran into two like very large wargs, almost cart size,
Mm.
that were strangely wise and could, avoid some of my bardic spells.
They were probably owned by the clan.
Are they more hobgoblins or?
Those they're more goblinoid. They're not as big as the Legion's groups, but they explicitly specialize in mounted combat. They use the wargs as mounts and either fight from their back using sword or bow. I would be careful of them. The reason why I ask is I want to trust you all, but I don't know what alliances you've made quite yet. About the Legion, the Fog Eaters, and the Warg Riders, do you have any allegiance to those groups?
No, we've only allied with the kobolds versus the trogs.
Hmm.
We have a group that was sent to go. They're right now. Hopefully, if they're still alive, they're still assaulting the Trog Queen's base
Hmm.
because we have open hostilities. They've tried to ambush us at the vault.
Hmm. Would
So
you ever align with those groups? And he's like, those for the first time, Canis, when he says this, he's like looking you directly in the eyes, and you can see those big like balls of light that are like in his face that are sort of like acting as his eyes or like kind of peering into your soul.
it depends on what the idea of the future is, I guess. If they want to subjugate us, obviously not. Um, Pretty much anything other than that is potentially negotiable. If they don't want to destroy what life from before is left, or again subjugate what life is now, then hey, cool with me.
Long ago, several years ago, before their regions were as big as they were, there was a fourth clan of goblinoids that sought to rule not by iron fist or by arcane trickery or by running down their foes, but by being uh, allies to the other different factions in the area. May that be the dog frogmen or the kobolds and the troglodytes to the south. They sought to the north. They sought to sort of build back the old world and bring back order to the fog, to rule by allyship and not conquest. And they were betrayed by the other clans, crushed, and forced into hiding. Their numbers dwindled and diminutive compared to the other three factions. The reason why I asked you that question is they need help. I do
And
not trust their current hiding spot to be enough for them to live forever. Um, and in particular, the Fog Eaters and the Warg Riders are still hunting them down as they are relatively close to their old kingdom and could probably find their hiding spot within the next year.
Mm.
They seek to not just eradicate them, but kill all of those who don't wish to go under their order, including their old queen, and break the ones who will go under their order to work for them. I don't wish to see this kingdom crumble. That's why I asked where your loyalty is. If you wish to rule by iron fist or you wish to rule by allyship, that will determine my next step.
Well, I mean,
For allyship, but some people disagree.
no, they don't. You were trying to ally with obvious assailants, but he ignored. He lets him. He takes a deep breath for Embers triggers him, and he's like, okay, no, but yeah, no, it actually sounds perfect because we definitely every other. I'm be real. Every other hobgoblin has attacked us on sight with longbows, literally every single time, except for probably the ones you're talking about. So. Even if we weren't inclined to by process of elimination, they would be who we would ally with. Anybody who literally isn't trying to slaughter everything that existed before.
Would you
Which
betray
is
them if given the chance?
No, because in fact, they're probably the only people we would want to ally with. Honestly, like I'm trying to sound harsh, but everything else alive around here, other than the few that weren't psychotic factions before, are like, persona non grata. Like, it's like, no, they are any of their more malicious thoughts and like emotions have been magnified. So we would prefer to not deal with them at all. And if so, like, as an enemy that we ally with the more peaceful factions against, if that makes sense.
Canis, give me a persuasion check, and you can be given advantage from Emmerich. Emmerich, if you were not a Stars Druid, you would not have advantage on this. You incidentally picked the best subclass for this interaction.
Obviously, I planned ahead and not randomly luck into things.
Get out of my notes! Get out of my notes!
Well, you're lucky I wasn't lying. I would have had a plus 11.
With that, he stares at you for like an uncomfortable amount of time. Canis. And he turns away and gives a nod, and he says, far, far to the west, south of Drilla City, west of Lycia, is a forest, a deep forest. Across the river from that forest, directly west of Lycia, you will find a collection of hills. In the southmost hill is a cave where these goblins hide out. Their queen, she resembles the legion, the hobgoblins that were warped to be goblinoids. She's one of the goblinoids that were warped to be more like hobgoblins. So she's taller than the rest of them, very capable fighter herself, and talented with magics, similar to arcane casters. She has the ability to cloak herself in the fog, almost like a sheath, to become invisible to her foes, and strike with precision. She is a strong queen, a fair queen, and even in the past life, I knew of her before the cataclysm.
It sounds like it.
As I said before, the Fog Eaters, their arcane casters themselves, seek to crush them, as well as the War Riders. They're working together to find their lair, kill the queen, and subjugate her people. If you head over there and you find them, let them know that Aiden sent you their way, and you have my blessing, and they will take you in as their own.
Kay is apologize. This is presumptuous. Is this like your ex-lover or something?
He like if a faceless void of all light creature could I guess sort of like scowl, he would. I guess the lights go kind of like dim on him for a second. He says, "No, we were just old friends."
Old friends. Okay.
Mm.
Just want to be sure that you didn't want to, mention
You're.
your name. Mention your name, and she gets pissed or something.
I'm not sure if the one. What's her name? He kind of puts his head in his hands as he's thinking back. You can see him sort of struggling to recall his old life. He says, "The arch mage's daughter, uh,
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Yes, you see his lights bright up for like a split second in recognition. Her and Nikita is the queen's name. They were friends back before the cataclysm.
Oh, really? Okay. Thanks for telling us that she's still alive and kicking in the vault, even though she's started to suffer a little bit from the fall because of the magic lessening. But
Mm. Yes,
yeah.
she was always one for pomp and circumstance and performance over magic, so I'm not surprised. She doesn't
Now,
necessarily have the constitution to survive out here.
now, one last thing before we go. Do you know about? We've dealt with the armorer in the tower, the dwarven armorer. We've helped him move on from the mortal coil by reuniting with his lover. Do you know about the magical the wizards at the top of the tower? They're supposedly making a weapon to defeat the necromancer, but they're obviously most likely liches.
Before the cataclysm, there was a pair of dwarven brothers uh, who were renowned in the region for their magic crafting and spell crafting. Or the Barony, um, used them in assistance against the Necromancer Kingdom of War, but um, what's become of them, I can't say for certain. As I said, I deal with matters of nature, not
Well,
matters of steel and sword.
I just need a name if you have one.
I think the brother who was the mage, his name is Edor, if I remember correctly.
Understood. At that, he stops pressing him because he knows he has a bad memory, so he's kind of like,
Yeah,
all right, well,
he's literally
he's
got
not-
like his head in his hands, like he's got like a headache.
okay. I'm guessing about this time, it's about time to wake everybody else up, and he kind of like looks at Emberig unless he has something else to say. Let's pack up the tent, get moving.
Only do you remember the name of the Queen of the Goblins? I didn't catch it.
Yes, Nikita.
Nikita.
Mm.
Okay.
As I said, she's a fair queen, but she's very strong and proud. Do not threaten her subjects. You might find yourselves on the wrong end of a poison dagger.
Well, we will want to make friends with her, right? Not
Mm.
attack or insult her, hopefully.
Mm. Her her subjects, they are different from the rest of the goblinoids. The fog eaters, their goblinoids often have tattoos on their body, arcane scribes that allow them to cast spells from their bodies, almost like a scroll. And they often travel with those aberrations that you see, full of eyes and teeth. The hobgoblins, you've seen them before. They carry weapons and armors in march like platoons. As I said before, the warg riders, you would find it hard to find them without their steeds. Her goblinoids themselves, they usually travel in very small packs to stay discreet. They're adept at stealth, staying hidden. If you come across one, they usually will be wrapped up in some sort of cloak or leathers that help conceal their sight, your sight from them. Uh, so if you see goblinoids that might be trailing you cloaked, they're probably her subjects.
Understood. I guess he goes to, he starts to shake his hand and instead like, gives him like a bow, because he doesn't know what happens if he touches this guy, so he's gonna bow.
Mm.
And kind of like, he looks at Emmerich.
He stands up from his seating position, sort of like dusts off his cloak. He says, if you need me. My hovel is relatively near the Nikita's den. Look to the north of her den, and you will find my cave. It You might want to let me know before you come in because there is a very potent pool of the miasma that is at the bottom of the cave system. Much worse than he kind of gestures the miasma you can find here. One who is unprepared might find themselves dead in under a minute if they travel too deep. I can, of course, guide you past it, but I would not recommend traveling into the cave without my assistance.
Okay. I'm taking you don't want to come along towards the marches with us.
No, no. I've spent much too much time in the Legion's territory. I'm going to leave before it gets too light and they can find me. They are not necessarily bothered by me, but at the same time, they're a warring group. If you're not on their side, they typically find you as an enemy. So I don't want to be on the other end of a spear. I might not need to eat, but I still can bleed and I can still die. So
Understood. I guess as he starts to walk away, Canis will use message to whisper to Emmerich. He's like he will use message to be like, bro, this guy totally at least wanted to date that goblin queen.
that short step. But
he whispers, "Cut cave."
It's not the cut cave, right, guys?
He likes to watch Emmerich. He likes to watch.
It's not the cut cave, guys. Alright, he's the warden of the new nature, okay? You will respect his name. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The patron saint of cucks. Look at this.
Hold on, give me a second, guys. I think there are squirrels on my balcony, and I think they just destroyed one of my wife's plants. Give me a second. Hold on.
Okay.
What are you with these squirrels? They don't like you.
Yeah. Get rid of that bird feeder thing, man.
Santa like put like seed that birds don't like, but only squirrels to eat, and then put some like poison or something.
Yeah.
2 words, baby. Pellet gun.
Nah, Mega ain't about that life.
Fuck them squirrels.
But yeah, that was like a metric fuck ton of lore.
That was 45 minutes of exposition, baby. That's
Oh,
what I
fuck,
come
for
here for,
real?
babe.
It was
So-
that long?
So Saphir, we need to make sure Magnus has to watch this episode and make a map of all this bullshit. I don't remember like half of this.
That's what I wrote down. I probably missed some stuff.
Now I remember Riff had to go like potentially deal with a hag, and that's scary.
Yeah, it's the Sturge Witch. Or no, the Sturge Blin Witch.
Yes, we need to make sure when we run into these other tribes that they know we are not on her side. We want to kill the Sturge Witch.
Okay, so we should probably make contact with the toad dog people and ask if we could plant in their neck of the woods.
Well, that or the mosquitoes, because they're also Pretty
Specifically, he would have told you guys that the area that you probably don't want to go to at the moment is probably where the mosquito men are, because they are in the deep part of the swamp. The Sturge blends and the I call them puggywugs. They're like bullywugs, but they're mutated with dog DNA, so they're like half frog, half dog. They live in like the light area of the swamp, so there's like a scattering of trees, marshland. It's probably better to call it marshland. In the deep swamp is where the Sturgemen and he told you guys there's a faction called the Draco Men. They're essentially like lizard folk that have been mutated to be like spliced with like dragon DNA, so they have like breath weapons and shit. So those guys are in the deep part of the swamps. They sort of have conflict with the Sturge Blend Witch, but for the most part, they sort of control their own territory, so they stay out of your area. Like I said, there's a rare chance if you go into the light part of the swamps that you might run into some breath weaponing lizard folk or some giant flying mosquito men that want to tie baskets with you or drain you of all your fluids. But for the most part, if you go into the light area of the swamp, you won't run into those guys.
All right, light area of the swamp it is.
Alrighty. And that was it for your evening time. I imagine, Saphir, Jacob, when you guys get up in the morning, you probably don't run into Aiden. He's probably gone by the time you guys wake up, because he's leaving about before the daylight hits, so he doesn't get mauled by hobgoblins. But yeah, in the morning time, you guys wake up. Let me put you guys back up in there.
And we tell them, hey, we ran into Ember's cousin, and he had a bunch of shit to say.
It's not
Emmerich
my
cousin.
Look, hey, I saw stars and drew it. Hey, I'm just calling over to see him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Emmerich, you just tell us that you had a cousin.
Sorry?
You guys can see, sort of, when you wake up in the morning, a delineation in front of you. You see a lot more dead trees to the south. You can also see like a change in the soil ahead of you, and there's almost like a bite in the air that's very, very different from the what do you call it? From the humidity you're used to. Wherever you're heading next, you can tell it's going to be much different from what you've been so far. But with that, let's go ahead and get our navigation check from our guide, and then we will get a perception check from our watchman.
And we are definitely just to check. Are we definitely moving with stealth at this point or what?
Yeah, we should move stealthily.
Yeah, stealth. Okay, just making sure. All right, yeah, we're definitely moving with stealth. What do we need? A perception?
Yes. So we'll be having perception checks with advantage from our watchman, and then we will have a so that's a 22 for Sophia, a 12, 22.
Oh my God.
17, and then Canis got a 7 somehow. And then Ember, go ahead. Oh, you already gave me that survival check. Cool. So
I did the survival.
yeah, 24. So today, because you passed the DC by more than 5, you will be able to move stealthily, but still be able to move 3 hexes to stay with your excellent navigation skills.
Okay, good. You got an 18 on the one, I got a 12 on.
One more, Canis.
Okay, one second.
And give me that first hex move for the day, Mr.
I only have a black screen right now.
Yeah, loading.
Oh shit! Oh, it's loading. You guys might have to refresh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right, refreshing.
And then scroll down to the bottom. There should be a token with light on it.
Yeah, found the party.
Yay! Ooh. Yeah, that's what happened on one of my wife's plants. She has like a cactus that kind of looks like a chainsaw. One of the squirrels, I guess they were just so happy they jumped from the top rope and like, watch out, watch out, watch out. Fucking pile drive one of her plants into the ground. She's gonna be really upset. Oh man.
Boy.
Yeah.
Get rid of that bird feeder. It's clearly the issue.
Unironically, the bird feeders was drawing the squirrels over there, so that might actually be the move. Because I'm watching him right now. He's eating some of the plants.
Kill the squirrels.
I'm thinking about my cat is like staring at him. I'm thinking about letting my cat outside.
How far in the south are you? Because I think I've seen cliches that you eat squirrels down there.
What the fuck, Emmerich? What the fuck?
Fried squirrel ain't bad though.
What
So.
the fuck? Let's
See?
Alright, I'm cutting the stream. I'll see you guys later. My cat would probably beat his ass, but he would also be. Cats are hunters, right? So he would probably chase him off the balcony. We're on the second floor, so he would fall and die. So I probably shouldn't do that.
He would land on his feet
Yeah,
though.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Or maybe
So-
I could pull like they did on was it the other guys would like aim for the bushes, and I could jump for the squirrel and hit the concrete.
True.
He's literally
Yeah.
sitting there just eating my wife's plants. Fuck you, squirrel. I threw my only pin.
We want it south or southwest?
Let's
South,
just
I
go
believe.
south.
South, yeah, gotcha.
And as you cross into this hex, you will encounter your first-hand experience with the marshlands. There's a oh yeah, oh fuck yeah, fuck. Did you guys want to take a quick break before we finish?
Sure.
5 minutes would be neat.
Yeah, let's do a quick 5-minute break, and then when we come back, we will do the last part of this expedition, and then we will see if you guys, because we're pretty close to 3, if you guys would wish to stay out here in the falls and just keep the same group and continue with the expedition next time, or you would like to head home after you finish dealing with the planes and stuff. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, we will be right back on the other side. We're going to take a quick break. There we go. Hello, everybody. We are back from our short break. To finish up the session, we started with our morning move hex, and I was getting ready to describe how the land basically changes, almost like this, like an aura, um, where like you step through like a line where there's the humidity stops, and it's almost like a freeze snap is in that area. The petrified grass stops, and what takes its place is um, mud that acts more like slush than it does like mud. You find yourself in like a frozen marshland. As I said before, the vast majority of the trees in this area are the dead trees, or they appear dead at least. Um, the vegetation you see around here is mostly dead, and the land itself is frozen over, and you find yourselves, especially you, Saphir, several times your whiskers have like little frozen moisture droplets on the end of them, just because of how cold it is in this area. Um, if you were to equate this to any other area, you would say it would be pretty close to like almost like the areas of the mountains where like it's so the atmosphere is so light that like snow just accumulates up there pretty easily. That's how cold it is over here. Probably close to like 20-30 degrees. As you enter in this area, nobody here is wearing like wintry clothing, so you're all like shivering within the first few minutes of entering. But you're here now. Would the party like to proceed during your morning hex? Nothing happens. Nothing comes to accost you. You don't run into any hobgoblins, troops, or anything like that either.
Yeah, I guess keep going.
Yeah, we can go on. Yeah, if we haven't run into anything.
Yeah. Party proceeds. Okie dokie. Go ahead and give me that second hex movement, Mr. Emery.
Yes.
As the party proceeds in the marshland, you're having to get used to not slipping and falling in the frozen mud because it's very, very slippery. Like I said, it's like walking on slush. I imagine at one point, Imbrig, just to investigate the nature, you probably try to dig into the mud, into the frozen slush. And as long as you dig, you just find more and more frozen slush. It's almost like frozen all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, it's like the whole landmass is pretty much like terraformed from what it used to be, which was like a humid marsh. You probably walk up to any of the trees, and some of the trees are like truly dead, not like some of those like sleeper undead trees, where like you can see some trees are like just split in half just from like the frozen moisture bursting the bark. Other trees are held strong. Those ones you're not sure if they're actually undead or they're just like maybe they're trees that have grown acclimated to the environment. Who knows? But during your second day phase, you come across quite a unnerving sight. There is a small lake or a small river that looks like it was going from the north down to the southwest that you intercede. And sort of on the side of this very small river, in a boat that is mostly rotted but still held enough together to hold this, you find undead.
Are they sailing?
I think who would see this first? Canis. You see this. At first you're like, oh, that's just like a frozen boat on the side of like a river. And then you see like some movement on the inside of it. What do you tell your party as they continue navigating to the south?
I guess I would whisper to them that it's boat full of undead. But what do we want to do? Do we want to? I could shatter the boat with them in it. What do we want to do?
It's a very small boat, like a fishing boat.
Do we want to check it for anything inside, or do we want to just keep moving?
We could just keep moving.
Yeah, Worst case, we come back and blow it up.
Mm.
Right.
Do we want to burn them though?
No, because they aren't out of the. They're not like surging out of the boat. Like worst case, we come back, and also if there's something in the boat, we would destroy it.
Candace, you got an 18 for this day phase. I give you this. It looks weird. Are you familiar with the? I think is it Hindu? Shiva is the Hindu god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some of the undead kind of look like that. You see like two torsos like frozen together. Sort of fused. You also, just by cursory glance, notice that they never move around the ship. They just sort of flail in place.
But it's like human centipede, but a zombie.
Maybe.
Oh god. He'll make sure the rest of them see what he sees,
Mm-hmm.
and just like double check and make sure we're still like just moving on.
Yeah, the last thing you see before you move on is part of the boat itself seems to be made out of ice.
Okay, wait.
Mm.
Covered in ice, or is literally an ice boat?
Part of the boat is literally ice.
It's fucking weird.
How far away are we from this boat?
I would say at this point maybe 150 feet. Close
150?
enough to be able to see it and be able to make out like minute, smaller detail, but not minute detail.
Okay. Yeah, let's just leave it.
In worst case, we can come back and pick it up.
Alrighty. So that was the encounter that you guys came across, or the discovery you came across during your during your morning, your afternoon hex. Go ahead and give me that last hex movement of the day, Mr. Emmerich. And I'm going to see, because I believe you guys rolled a unique encounter for this hex. So we got a 30 from Canis and a 17 from Saphir. That is a 23. And let me pull up my list of unique encounters.
He rolled a 30 for his perception check?
He rolled a 30. Yeah, he killed it, dude. Let me see. This is specifically 62. What happens over 62? Ooh. Okay. So this is actually kind of neat. You guys come across your first sign of the frogman. As Canis, you rolled a 30, so you're definitely the one to see this. Jacob and Emmerich, you guys are doing your best to avoid walking into too deep of like the slush, the frozen mud, because at one point, I think it would be Saphir. Saphir, you're like the shortest one in the party, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm like 4 foot.
At one point during the afternoon
Emmerich
time,
might be.
you were walking, and then all of a sudden, before you realized that you were up to like your waist in frozen slush, being pulled deeper in. And the party managed to pull you out, no problem. But you find that there seems to be almost like slush pits, where eventually you might be sucked all the way under, and suffocate.
Emmerich probably similarly. He's also small now. He's a small dwarf now.
I think Earth Genasi's a medium size, though, right?
Medium or small, depending on
okay.
which you pick.
Oh, did you pick
I shrunk
small?
down the dwarf.
Oh,
I shrunk down the dwarf, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's totally fine. But yeah, that probably happens to you at 1.2, but you guys managed to avoid the problem without too much trouble. So at this point, Emre and Jacob probably would be poking the ground with his spear to make sure he doesn't lead the party into any mud pits. And then Emre, you're just like keeping an eye out for all the nature, probably occasionally like touching trees to see if you can sense any life in them. And occasionally you do. Some trees that appear to be dead, when you touch it and you sort of do like druid craft to see if this tree is alive, you get like a very small ping, almost as if maybe the tree is sleeping. Maybe it's like slumbering because the environment is kind of harsh. Um, but you find some trees that aren't completely dead out here. Um, when that happens, Canis, you I think you would probably have seen this over like a line of like partially dead bushes. Um, the party was walking, and you sort of just glance over casually to the east, and you see how much are they? Two two creatures that resemble um, amphibians, like frogs, but very large. Um, I think they're medium sized. Let me double check what size. Yeah, they are medium, so they're not small. You see medium-sized creatures that have both amphibian features and mammalian features. They have like webbed feet with claws, talons on the end of them, and then you see they have like weird like floppy dog ears in the snout as well.
Mm.
These creatures are sort of like wrapped in, for better or less, the best way to describe it would be like rags, and they seem to be uh, searching through the mud for something.
Okay, are they within 120 feet?
Let me check your reach. Oh, I got them right here. They are literally like 150 feet away.
Okay, once they're within 120 feet, he will attempt to calmly communicate with them using a message.
Yeah, speak into their
Totally.
minds.
Not invasive.
Buzz.
No, he's as he does it, he's gonna be waving his hand like like.
Hmm.
And
Let me
he's
check.
literally gonna-
Because you
He's
might not
either gonna-
speak their language.
okay.
Message. I think message requires you to speak the same language.
Let me see. The target. I don't see anything about language.
Okay, can a target of message understand you if you don't speak their language? Rules is written no. The spell does not specify that the message is translated, just that the target hears what you whisper and can reply to your whisper. So I don't think it translates. Do you want to rethink that before you do it?
I mean, yeah, I don't know what I can do if I can't communicate with him.
You have
Like,
you have a linguist in the party, right?
Yeah, let's physically approach them.
Okay. Remember, just Sophia, remember what happened last time?
If Emmerich looks at them for an hour, he can communicate
An
basic
hour?
things. Yeah.
I thought it was like a day at least.
Oh shit, yeah, might be. It's not.
Jesus, that's
Wait,
one.
let me check. One day, yeah. So
Yeah,
if we
okay, that
sit
makes
here
more
for a day,
We can do a little charades.
Okay. You guys approach the frogmen, or the pug frogmen.
Your weapons away, calm demeanor.
As you do, I would like Mr. Canis to give me a charisma check.
Okay.
can I cast guidance on him?
You cannot.
Okay.
This is a vibe
When?
check, just to see how non-threatening / friendly. You
Oh my god. Oh my god. What?
Sorry, I'm letting out my
To
menacing
be
aura.
fair, he does look like Doctor Doom.
Yes. So as you approach, Canis, in your mind, you have like swagger, but to these creatures, you kind of look like you're like Dio from JoJo. Like you're like striking poses and stuff on the way over there. They see like the menacing aura around you, and when they see you, I'm gonna give them a vibe check.
Now,
'Cause then
now I want
they
to
might
emphasize,
kill you.
I'm really walking up with my hands up.
Mhm. Yeah, they're gonna run. You see them like jump up, look at you, ribbit, and then they start like hauling ass to like the south east.
Emmerich will yell at them in Goblin, Sylvan, Draconic, Druidic, and comment like, "Ciao, hello,
And
servus."
I will yell in Abyssal, Celestial, Draconic, and Dwarvish like peace.
So
we
you
got
guys are just you're just I'm
I'll yell in
ready,
Sylvan, Primordial, Deep Speech, and Common.
like,
We
like,
eventually hit the right language, right?
because if they have some special new speech that isn't in the even in the thing we can have initially as characters, then I don't know how this is supposed to work anyway.
You can have primordial, right?
What
have
has
Primordial.
Primordial?
Who has primordial?
I have Primordial.
When you yell on the primordial and you say hey, one of them stops.
Okay.
we immediately
Um,
let Sophia go to the front. We let Sophia go to the front.
I guess I'll take the reins.
But they stop and it's like 500 feet away, and then you hear from all the way away, "Stop casting spells on us."
We haven't done that yet.
We were trying to speak, we couldn't understand. Just tell them that.
It sure feels like you did.
I'll turn to the party. We cast any spells on these guys?
No,
I
no.
haven't.
I think since they couldn't understand the language we were saying, it sounded like we were doing like somatic components.
No, we were just shouting out every language we know until we found one that you speak.
Are you with the goblins?
No, fuck those guys.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know you.
You ever
though.
he-
Fuck off.
Well, let's get to know each other, you know? That's how you make friends.
Tell them we are here, opposed to like the mosquito hag lady.
Alright, you know the hag?
Sturgling Queen.
With the sturgelings?
Witch, sorry, Sturgling Queen.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Hey Jerry, come back here. Jerry, come back. I don't know, Tom. I don't trust these guys. They're
How
kinda
does how does primordial to the rest of us sound, since none of us understand them?
weird.
are they
like you're
aggressive,
gargling
or-
water. Because they specifically
okay.
speak the aqua form of primordial. So,
Okay.
yeah. Literally, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. And Mr. Saphir, they are still 500 feet away. They are kind of back and forth, kind of going forward and backing up, almost as if they're getting ready to bee-hop across the river. Give me a... I want to check to see if you can regain favor with these creatures, because that one from Canis... that was pretty rough.
I should get the reroll. That's some bullshit.
I have low riz. I have no riz.
That's what I'm asking. Like, give me a skill check you could do that would be applicable in this situation, and we can work with you.
Applicable in the situation.
Maybe his con, because he's like, for a little tiny 4-foot rabbit, he seems like super legit.
I'm looking for a skill check.
Oh,
Yeah.
mm.
Looking at my proficiencies.
You're proficient in nature, right?
Nope. I can intimidate them into coming back.
I mean, if that's the case, I can help. 'Cause I have plus 11. We can.
This is purely from Sophia.
I'll
She's
just-
the only one that can speak that language.
Yeah, I have 0 in it, but I think the only thing I can do is probably
Could be friendly intimidation, like,
Persuade them.
hey, I'm here to like fuck that bitch up or something.
Are you proficient in intimidation?
I'm proficient in intimidation, but I don't want to intimidate these guys.
I think I would allow you to use intimidation if you do something like you show force of strength and you said, "I'm here to like take the head of that Sturge goblin bitch," and then you like slam both your spears in the ground and you do like a cool like fire and ice like flare.
Sure. I'll make a show of strength.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Tell me what you say.
Um, we have come to. We have come
Do not.
to cultivate this land, and the witch stands in our way. We shall kill her. What say you?
I don't know, Jerry. These guys seem pretty cool. We should trust them. All right. Stop calling me Jerry. My name's Kermit. Okay.
Kermit the Frog here.
And slowly but surely they hop over to you guys. As I said before, these are like medium-sized creatures, so they weigh anywhere from like maybe like 120 to like 150 pounds. They're wearing like rags, and they sort of come up to you guys, and they both start smelling you guys, with their pug snouts.
Oh, not pug. Oh, that
Mhm.
big pug. Oh, they're probably like barely able to breathe and
Yeah,
shit. Like,
yeah. When they get close, that's literally how they sound. They like it's like a weird, breathless ribbit. It's very disturbing. But they come up
Saphir
and
hides his disgust.
they,
The occasional holdback is disgusting.
they smell you guys and they say, well, you look pretty strong.
I am incredibly strong.
Well, more important, we're on your side. That's way more important.
What did that guy say?
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
Who fucking cares? That guy's a loser. Look at me.
True.
I'm here to kill the witch.
How does
I'm incredibly strong,
How does your
incredibly handsome.
kind show friendship?
Uh,
The good news is I can't hear
usually
what
just
you're
a
saying, so I
handshake.
can't shoot him in the
you
back.
guys have that here?
We play leapfrog to show friendship.
Let me look at my athletics.
You're
we
a
can
rabbit.
play a
You
little
should have-
You're a
leapfrog.
rabbit. You have literally bunny hop.
True, I can bunny hop. Never mind. I'm just gonna use my bunny hop.
And with that, the party watches as two frog pugs in Saphir confer a brief allyship just between the two of them in the party as they play leapfrog for all of like 1 minute. Afterwards, they ask you guys, what are you doing here, and what would you like from them?
While they're
Well,
hopping around, Emmerich will tell Canis, and you think I'm weird.
No, you're still weird, but that rabbit smug aura disturbs me. I don't know what he said, but I feel like he was talking shit. But maybe it's just me.
We're
You can see into my soul.
What are you guys doing here? We were looking for. Have you guys seen any of those weird plants? They look strange. They're like deep blue. They bloom in the swamplands, usually deep. But our queen is very sick. We're trying to find some for her.
I turn to the party. All right,
We have a seat,
guys.
Saphir. We have a seat.
Oh, hold on, I haven't told you yet. They're looking for one of the plants we have a seed to. So I don't know how this is gonna go down. Their queen is sick. They need it apparently. I don't know. Maybe you could. Does the plant produce seeds, like more than one?
Probably like when it's time to germinate. Probably if it makes flowers or anything else, we can probably like make more from that.
Yeah, it does.
I got it from a tree, and he said it should really be careful with it. And potentially it can spread out as seedlings, but it will take time.
So I'm thinking what we can do is give it to these guys. They help it cure their queen eventually. You know, we have them just keep planting more, like cultivate it. You know what I mean? Just literally just keep make a whole grove of this shit since it has to be planted here anyway. And like by helping them murder the hag, they're safe,
I know
and they
you
can
guys
safely.
You guys are having a conversation, but we can't be here too long. This is where the hobgoblins, the goblinoids are. The non-stabby ones, well, they stab, but not with their face, with their swords.
1 second. Check this out. Where's the seed? Who has the seed?
What's popping, slime?
Emery
Who has the
has
seed?
Emmerich would have it. I
Emmerich,
imagine,
let me see
right?
that real quick.
Just in case it matters for you guys, they do have spears.
It doesn't matter.
Are they drawn?
No, they're like on their frog backs.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
breathe on these guys and kill them. It's fine.
I could murder these frog pugs.
Oh god, they're gonna kill us.
Give me the seed real quick.
Oh fuck.
Yes, he hands over the Azure seed.
Oh shit!
Alright.
As soon as they see it, or is it in the bag?
I'll take it out and show it to them if it is in a bag.
Oh, look at that! That's one of the seedlings, right? Oh yes it is. Yes it is, Jake. Oh boy.
Listen, boys. I think my people and your people can come to a mutually beneficial understanding.
What does that
How does
mean?
that sound?
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
We could do something together that would help us both out.
You kind of sounding like the witch right now. She told us that before she started turning us into brainless slaves.
Okay, but I have the seed. Does the witch have the seed?
She got a bunch of plants.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, fuck her.
Look
But
at me.
we need the plants.
True. I got a plan. All I need you to do
Yeah.
is help make more of these out of this one.
Oh, bro. If the witch finds out we have one of those plants, she's gonna fucking kill us, bro.
Well, that's the point of us being here. We're gonna kill her.
Oh. So is your idea to give us the plant, we grow it, we use it to cure our queen, and then you kill the witch so she doesn't come kill us for growing one of the plants?
Yeah, but
Tell them they can even come.
if there's
team up
any
with if they want.
leftover plant after curing your queen, we get the leftover. And there will be leftover, right? It germinates. There's more seeds from one plant than just,
Bro,
right?
I'm a worker. I don't know this shit.
All right. How about you? I'll put the seed back. How about you
Whoa,
take us
whoa.
to your village, and we can speak directly to your queen.
Oh, it's like 3 days from here.
We got time.
Which directions? Oh, sorry, I don't understand.
It's like south.
Which direction, man? South. All right. 3 days south.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, how sick is your queen? Do you want this seed? I mean,
I guess we can trust you. Worst case scenario, we just eat you. All right, come on.
I was thinking the same thing, man. All right,
What the fuck?
let's go.
I believe this was your last hex movie today, so you guys get to spend nighttime with these guys. Yay!
Sounds good.
Yeah, Kermit and Jake, they will tell you guys stories about how they were a proud kingdom or a proud clan of frog pug people before the Sturge Blends came and attacked them and drained them of all their fluids.
Hot.
And not in a good way. How their queen sought to speak to the dragon men in the deep south, in the deep swamps, for assistance in dealing with the Sturgeblend witch, but unfortunately, she got sickened by the deeper miasma in that area and came back almost comatose. So she's relatively sick at the moment, bedridden, and with her sick, the Sturgeblend witch almost has like free reign to just run into their territory, send her troops in, attack them because they don't have the strength of numbers to really fight her off. And how they're hopeful that your arrival will show a turning of the tide. Hopefully.
All right.
They ask where the fuck you guys came from because they've never seen creatures like that.
We come from far north.
How far? Where exactly? Here's my map. Show me.
You have a map?
No,
You're wearing rags. Do you have a map?
no, I don't have a map. I don't even know what a map is. Where are you from?
I point north, really far that direction. We live in some mountains over there.
We've never been that far north. We've tried to go up the river to go that far just to explore the territory outside of this frozen hellscape. But every time we go up the river, those goblin guys shoot things at us. They shoot bows and arrows and they impale us, and we die before we can get past that bridge up there by that really big tower.
They do the same to us. Fuck those goblins, alright?
Yeah. Also, if we try to go, he points to the river right behind him. Down this river, there's some catfishmen that impale us with spears, and they send these weird ass fish with teeth that come and rip us apart. So we're kind of fucked. We're in between a witch and a hard place, man.
That was surprisingly witty.
Yeah. I'm a comedian. I'm Kermit.
Oh, I thought I was talking to Jake. I'm racist. You must understand.
No, we get it. We get it. We hate all Sturge blades. Build a wall. That's what I say.
God bless, brother. Night Mother bless, brother.
Night Mother. Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's the one that.
You'll learn one day.
Yeah, I got you. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good fortune you guys came at the time that you did, because that queen, the crazy queen bitch, she made some kind of fucking monster, man. It's going around eating everything.
Well, if we see it, we'll kill it.
I don't think you can kill it. So,
I can kill a lot of things. Don't worry.
have you ever eaten something before?
I look at my ration. Yeah.
You know how you digest food?
Yep.
She made something that's like a walking digestion machine. It's really fucked up.
I scratched my chin. Huh. Well, we'll come to that when we get to it.
If you come to that, that's probably gonna be the end of your story. Also, do not come.
Sorry, my bad.
Also, you guys trade stories about the different things you've run into. These guys in particular are like scouts that they sort of send out to do the most dangerous mission. They're kind of like the Suicide Squad for the Puggy Wugs. And they go out and they go in search of things, or they go scout the goblinoids to make sure they're not crossing the bridge to come fuck with them. In particular, pretty close to their territory is the Darkwater Barony, the Darkwater City itself. Pretty large city. Not as big as Drolis, but still relatively large. And it has a large contingent of undead that occasionally roam out from the city and travel between two towns that are pretty close. They scout out to make sure there are no large contingents of undead that are going to trash their camps, pretty much.
Okay.
have
I
a
guess
lot
I
of
could share some faction info with them.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
tell them about the Trogs and the kobolds. Maybe they haven't heard of them.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's actually where we're going to end the session for today. If you guys would like, we can pick up. We can keep the same group, and then we'll pick up next time with you guys going to the Puggy Wug territory to meet with their queen, trade the seed, and possibly go deal with the witch. Did you guys want to do that, or would you like to go ahead and give them the seed, and then fast travel back?
I wouldn't trust these guys with the seed.
Yeah,
so.
that sounds like they get killed on the way back, and then we have to fight the hag as she's about to make the ultimate evil plant or some bullshit.
Yeah.
All
So I guess I'm down to do this again.
Yeah, the next opening is going to be. Ooh, so Boro just took, I think, the 25th.
Just put them in the 11th and move me to the 25th.
Yeah.
Because you have me in there, yeah.
Hold on, give me a second.
I'm not sure if I can make it, so maybe it's better to have me swapped out in case I cannot make the time.
Ooh, I got you. So your scheduling might be kind of off.
Yeah, I'll have to check. I if I don't know it for sure
Should we
a
put you
month in
in?
advance, like
Yes.
maybe 2 weeks or something.
Should we put you in like tentatively, and then if the time comes, we can swap you?
Yeah, if that works for you.
Sure. I think. What did you have the 25th already, Sophia?
I had the 11th.
Okay.
What he was
And,
saying
um,
was you can get Borrow's looking for one. You get at the Borrow and just move him to the 25th.
Yeah.
Let me see if that's okay with Boro. Would you be okay taking Sophia's spot on the 11th?
The 11th ain't, because the 4th ain't happening.
Today's party wants to continue out into the fogs instead of going back
Jesus.
to
What the hell?
Let me see if that's okay.
Alarm.
I just know that Sunday the 11th, and the time is still up in the air. I gotta ask Funakoshi what time he wants to do it. So let's say tentatively he can do that. Worst case scenario, if Emery can't play, he can take Emery's place. But let's say tentatively for now, I'm going to put him there, and then I'll put you guys for the 25th. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for playing with me. I'm happy that you guys. Once again, all this shit is random. I roll all this stuff beforehand. That you guys rolled a random NPC who's actually a Stars Druid. I made this guy way ahead of the campaign. It's super funny that Emrig turned his guy into a Stars Druid before they met this guy. So
I live in your walls.
yes, get out of my walls. Stay out of my walls. Yeah, but yeah, thank you guys so much for playing with me. I'm looking forward to the next expedition when you guys head deeper into the swamps. You have to try to avoid upsetting any of the undead town and population centers as you head to the Bullywug territory, and then you can meet their queen. Should be a lot of fun, guys. But thanks for playing with me. I super appreciate you guys also for being patient with me last week with the whole family business cropping up out of the blue and everything, and being okay with doing like a two-part expedition. So yeah, thank you guys for that, and I look forward to playing with you guys again on the 25th.
Yep,
Thanks for
sounds good.
having us.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have a great Memorial Day. If you need anything, ping me. Oh yeah, we had that one magical. Oh, we have a couple of things. So we have that. You guys got 70 GP, which I can't do math, so let me calculate and see how much that is for every person. 70. Do you guys know what 70 divided by 4 is? I can't do math. It is
17.5?
Yeah, everybody gets 18 GP each. And then as far as XP is concerned, you guys got 700 last time. You are going to get some XP for discovering these guys. You are also going to get some XP for meeting with Aiden. Yep.
I'm about to say, you better get some goddamn expedition.
You guys are going to
And then night fight.
Yes, and for the night.
Oh, yeah.
So this
Yeah, with the awesome to that. Yeah.
So you get this for Aiden, get that for the night fight, and you're gonna get this for meeting with the Pug guys. So everybody's gonna take home, in addition to the 700 you got before, 1,000 XP.
1,000?
Yes.
Okay.
1K.
Yeah, but that boss fight could have went way worse
that-
if we had
that fight-
all the exact.
That fight itself was worth 500. You got a couple hundred for meeting with Aiden, and then a couple hundred for meeting with the Puggywugs. You're the first group. to
1,000
discover-
each?
Yes, 1K each.
Okay, I'm level 5.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Does anybody else hit 5?
I'm 1,500 away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm.
I'm sorry, Jacob. Hopefully, maybe somebody can drop out in the future games and you can jump in and get some more XP. But yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Also, we have that one weapon that we can split up for the group. It is the Long Sword of Glory. This is sort of like a divine weapon. That's why it has like radiant magic on it. It is a non-attunement. It is a weapon. When you attack with it, you can choose to do non-magical slashing or radiant damage with it. And when you do radiant damage with it, when you choose to do radiant damage, you do +1 to all damage rolls. So who would like to take that?
I would like it.
Yes, it is an uncommon magic item. So for like GP, it would be worth anywhere from like I think like 250 to 500.
Would anybody else like it?
Oh, what's the item again?
It is called
the
the Longsword
Longsword.
of Glory. Yes, I'll put it in
Man,
the chat for you guys.
I mean, I like to try to take and
Hey.
maybe trade for that glaive the other party got.
You can also, it's been discovered that weapons and armor and gear made out of metal can be reforged with a successful check at the Hard Steel Tower. So, for those of you here who would like to take that and put it on like a spear or like a crossbow or something like that, well, crossbows aren't made out of metal, so you can do that, but something like a spear or like a sword, glaive,
Or a glaive.
great sword,
Okay.
yeah. You could like transfer the enchantment to a non-magical item. Of course, I think it's depending on the rarity. I think it's like half of the cost of the item, and then a successful check.
Okay, so who wants it?
I'd probably roll for it if I can reforge it.
Mhm.
$19
I
Fortnite
don't
card.
want it, so.
Who wants it?
So we got.
I'll roll for it.
Saphir and Jacob, Mr. Emmerich.
Nah, I'm good.
Gotcha. Slashing. All right, you guys go ahead and roll on D100s, and whoever gets the highest gets it. Saphir got a 40. Jacob. Saphir's like, and
Yeah.
it goes to Jacob. Jacob, did you already? You had that the thunder or
Yeah,
lightning?
I have a lightning staff. That's the only item I have.
Yeah, you can dual wield now too, just like Mr. Saphir. You can dual wield these things. It's pretty cool. But congratulations, Jacob. Hopefully, once you guys are done with this mission, you can take it to Mr. Magnus and have him change it to maybe a spear for you, so that way you can use it with all of your attacks. Because it also would work for the butt of the for like your bonus action attack.
I might get my my spears reforged into longswords then.
Oh hell yeah! Because you could do D8 damage instead of D6.
Yeah.
The only thing that's dangerous is that if the roll fails, you lose the gold and the items destroyed. So that's the only downside.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a big risk, big reward because you pretty much get to take a magic weapon and basically reforge it to work for like your character build. So it's like a big risk. But yeah, thank you guys for playing with me. We already doled out all the experience. We doled out the magic weapons. And I think our next game is this upcoming Sunday. I think that's the one with Sin, right? I think we have. It is the 4th. It is. I think Mr. Underground just said he couldn't play, so we have Sin, Borgnax, and Strignax. They're not quite sure what they'll be doing yet, but they're going to be heading somewhere doing some shenanigans, I presume. But yeah, thank you guys so much for playing with me. Thank you for everybody who sat